to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone. Watch it fly. Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as we are ready here for the rubber match of a 3-game series between the Washington Nationals and the Toronto Blue Jays. This series, Game 1 did not go well. You had to face Louis Varland, a good bullpen with Jeff Hoffman Rogers in there in that bullpen. Game 2, the Nationals don't have a good bullpen, but they managed to get the win behind good pitching and some good hitting. The bullpen did not do well. That's the thing. Cade Cavalli has a good outing, and then Gus Varland does not have his best outing, but Orlando Revolta and Clayton Beater are there to shut it down and finish it off. So Game 2 went the Nationals' way, and this series is tied at 1 as the Washington Nationals will now try to take the 3rd game of a 3-game series and try to find themselves just right around where they are, sneaking into the wild card, because this team is just looking good right now. And today there's some roster moves made. We'll talk about that in a minute. But thank you so much for tuning into District Nation today. We'll check in on the chat. Deanne Mom's in here saying, here's to a rubber match bouncing in the Nats' favor. That'd be really nice, Deanne Mom, if we could get a rubber match win right here, take another series. That'd be our 4th series in a row. Mr. C is here. He says, let's go Nats, and throw some Nationals emojis in the chat. Let's go, Mr. C. Thank you so much for tuning in. How do you feel about the Curtis Mead trade? I have my thoughts about the Curtis Mead trade. I think it was a good trade. I think it may have went our way. That's the good thing. That trade went our way, so we got the better hand of it. I think we got the better end of the deal. We found ourselves in a good spot, so really excited to see how that turns out, how Conley Early turns out for this team, because I think he's going to be good, and Curtis Mead, sadly, is already injured. Now it's lunch with District Nation. Mrs. C here will join as I can this afternoon. Thank you so much, Mrs. C, for joining in. The C's are in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, let's talk this game real quickly. Zach Littell will take the mound for the Nationals. No opener. The thing about Zach Littell is he has a 2.79 ERA in 38 2/3 innings worked out of the bullpen when he's working as a bulk reliever. But as a starter, he's worked 62 1/3 innings. He has a 6.64 ERA. You got to ask the question, would his ERA be different if he worked 38 innings? Probably not. He'd be around this 6.64 number as a starter, and they hit 384 off of him in the 2nd inning of a game. When Littell pitches in the 2nd inning, they're hitting 384 against him. That's why I thought it'd be good for Littell to have the opener strategy, because he does not do well in the 2nd inning. Feel really bad for Mead with his injury. Yeah, immediately, when coming over to a new team, immediately gets injured. It is really sad to see the guy immediately get injured and probably out for the season with how little of the season there is left. Zach Littell, though, 2-0 against the Blue Jays. He has 6 games, 4 of them starts. As you know, Littell early in his career was a bullpen arm. He has not always been just a starter. He has worked out of the bullpen before, so we're about 7 minutes away from first pitch here, roughly. But let's hope he has a good 2nd inning. That is the most important thing about Zach Littell, is you got to have a good 2nd inning. He has not had good 2nd innings in the past. He struggled in those times, so it is really important for him to come out and have a good 2nd inning. It'd be really good if he could just dominate, get out of it quickly, because he doesn't have an opener today. So hopefully he can go at least 5 innings, because one man called off the IL today was Trevor Williams. Yes, Trevor Williams is back today. Huge congratulations to him working through injury. Now today he's going to work out of the bullpen, which means for Blake Butera, he wants an arm. He asked for an arm and he got an arm. It's very important. He probably told Paul DeBoni and Anna Colombi, hey, I need an arm. And Trevor Williams ready to go. It is really nice to see Trevor Williams back on the road to being in the bullpen, because Jake Irvin's going to take that spot as a starter. So a bullpen arm is going to have to get sent down again, because Awesome Andrew is already in the minors. That was Gus Varland's spot. So Gus Varland sent down. So Trevor Williams is back up in the big leagues, we have 4 starters right now if you don't count Williams. And Williams is probably going to be an innings eater today. I think if Zach Littell gives us 4 or 5 innings, you're going to see Williams in the middle of the game. Trevor Williams is going to work. If Littell can't figure it out, Trevor Williams will be the first guy out of the pen today. You're going to see Trevor Williams get some work. Mr. C says, awesome news. Yes. And the best part is this is Trevor Williams ready, and Paul DeBoney said Jake Irvin is going to be ready this week. Jake Irvin has always been in conversation to be an all-star. He has always been teetering, so he's a very good arm. Same with Trevor Williams. 2024 Trevor Williams, you did not want to mess with him. 5-1 in his limited starts. He was amazing that time. So really exciting to see what this guy can do. Can this guy come in and provide some support for the bullpen? It'd be really nice for Trevor Williams to come in here, have some good numbers, because he's going to be working out of the bullpen. We'll check up on some of his numbers throughout the game, check on that, talk to you about that. But Zach Littell, it's important he gives you between 3 and 5 innings starting, because starter is important. As we're going to get with the starting lineups here in just a moment, it's really nice to see Williams, and then hopefully maybe this week we see Jake Irvin get a start and someone like Carson Palmquist get sent down. So your rotation becomes day 1 is Cade Cavalli, day 2 Littell, day 3 is Foster Griffin, day 4 is Jake Irvin, day 5 is Miles Michael. It's basically your opening day rotation, and the opening day rotation is not that bad, considering the fact that we could see Josiah Gray realistically come back by the end of the year. This rotation could be dangerous. If we make it into October and Littell becomes a bullpen arm and you don't see Michaelis unless it's out of the pen, if those 2 guys can get moved to the bullpen and you can give Trevor Williams that spot at some point as a starter, this team could be dangerous as pitchers, because then you have 2 decent arms in the bullpen in Miles Michaelis and Zach Littell. That has been how veterans sometimes kind of restore their careers going to the bullpen. Patrick Corbin has done that this year, working a little out of the bullpen. So it's really exciting. This Nationals pitching squad could look a lot better. But you got to mention the offense and how good this offense has been lately. Scored 8 runs yesterday. Only put up 2 on Monday, but that was against one of the best pitchers in the game right now in Louis Varland. You really don't want to see Louis today. You want to have the lead. You don't want to see Louis Varland. You hope that this team can get on the board early. Yesterday, they were able to capitalize on some walks in the first inning. 6 walks was really good. Here, the D-backs and the Pirates are playing. The D-backs are even in the wild card, and the Pirates are 1 game behind. That's a game we're probably going to be following today. And, of course, the Nationals, that other 1 game behind spot. It'd be really nice if the Nationals could find their way into the wild card, because we're here. We are now to the point where it's going to be August, and this team is battling for a wild card spot. So, as we have this moment, let's get started with the starting lineups right here. Get through these starting lineups, talk about them, and then we'll get ready for first pitch between Trey Savage and Zach Littell. So let's get started with the Toronto Blue Jays. They're visitors. They're 49-59, and they're last in the AL East. They are behind by 14 games from first place. Leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays today is going to be Yohendrick Pinango. He's the left fielder in today's game. Batting second is going to be Nathan Lucas, the right fielder. Batting third is going to be Kazumo Okamoto. He is the first baseman because Vladdy is out. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, George Springer. They had some boos there. Monday night when I was there, there's a lot of boos around the stadium. Batting fifth is going to be Alejandro Kirk, the catcher. Batting sixth is going to be Dalton Varsho, the center fielder. Batting seventh is going to be Ernie Clement. He's the third baseman in today's game. Batting eighth is going to be Andres Jimenez. He is the shortstop in today's game. And batting ninth is going to be the second baseman in today's game, Davis Schneider. The guy who recently got called up from AAA Buffalo. On the mound is going to be Trey Savage. Limited starts this year. Probably he could have had more if he weren't injured. 4-5 over 85 innings worked and a 3.92 ERA. Once again, that's Pinango, Lucas, Okamoto, Springer, Kirk, Varsho, Clement, Jimenez, Schneider with Savage on the mound. Ultimate Sports is saying, hey, what's up, Ultimate Sports? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, everybody, and now the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals for manager Blake Butera. Leading off, the right fielder, number 29, James Wood. Batting second, the first baseman, number 2, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting third, the third baseman, number 12, Brady House. Batting fourth, the the designated hitter, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 17, Harry Ford. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. Batting eighth, The second baseman, number 84, Jorbit Vivas, and batting ninth. The shortstop, number 26, Nasim Nunez. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 18, Zach Littell. That is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals, everybody. Let's get going right here. Beautiful afternoon. An absolutely perfect day to be playing some baseball, everybody. This is the day to settle in and watch some baseball on this nice afternoon game. Only one thing to say now.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
So here we go, everybody, as we get ready going here for the top of the first. Charge! Let's go, everybody. We just need one subscriber to hit 760 now. One subscriber, and we're at 760. So be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, as Zach Littell is just about ready to go here. He's going to run out to the mound in just a moment here. We just hit 105. 7-8 for Littell, a 5.17 ERA, 21 games. This is going to be his 14th start on the year. He's worked also a few games out of the bullpen as a bulk reliever. 101 innings, worked exactly 66 strikeouts. Is not going to give you the strikeout much, but he's going to give you a good outing. He's going to give you a good amount of maybe 5 innings, but he's not going to give you a lot of strikeouts as we're getting ready to go here. Not too much of a crowd for this afternoon game. Not going to get, 30,000 in for a Wednesday afternoon game. It is camp day at Nationals Park. Let's go. We just hit 760. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. So here we go as we get going here for the top of the first. Hendrik Panango is going to lead it off from the left side. Then it'll be Nathan Lucas, and then Kazuma Okamoto will hit third. As you know, one guy missing is going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He is absent for this game. Zach Littell getting ready to work. That 5.17 ERA. You can only hope he can hold down the fort as we get ready for Trevor Williams to make his debut out of the bullpen. The nice redhead Littell, Mattel, as the channel has nicknamed him. But only 66 strikeouts. That slider, fastball, splitter, sinker combo isn't going to give you 20 strikeouts a game, but he's going to get outs. He also is high up in the leaderboard for home runs given up. A lot of people are managing to get heavy contact off Littell's. The Nationals wearing their home white jerseys, Toronto Blue Jays, and their road grays. Littell sets. Here's the first pitch to Panango, and that's going to be in there. Called strike one, top part of the zone, and we're underway here just about 2 minutes late at 1:07 p.m. from Nationals Park for this Wednesday afternoon matinee baseball game right here on District Nation. Here's the pitch from Littell to Panango, and that's going to be swung on. Hit out to right, but James Wood ranging over to right center, and he makes the catch for out number one, and there's an out here to get the game going. Panango flies out for out number one, so that gets us going. As you get ready here, Nathan Lucas will hit now. He'll hit second, playing right field in today's game. Vladdy is overrated. Yeah, he's been good. That's the thing. He has been pretty good this year. I feel like we've seen some good play from him, or not good play this year. He kind of had a downfall this year. He wasn't as good, but he's still playing at a good level. Coming sets, Littell. Here's the first pitch to Lucas, and that's going to be high and away, ball one with a sinker. So it will be a 1-0 count now. I think he just kind of downgraded his skill a little bit. Maybe he went into his factors on MLB The Show and downgraded him a little bit. Littell sets the 1-0 to Lucas. That's going to be inside with a slider, ball two. So it will be a 2-0 count. It's opened up a slot. Now that MVP spot is wide open in the AL. And personally, I think it's Ben Rice's for the grabbing. The 2-0 from Littell. That's going to be outside, ball three. Catcher Harry Ford tried to frame it. Our field today, we got Luis Garcia Jr. at first. Vivas is playing second. Nunez at short. Brady House at third. You got Dalen Lau in left. Jacob Young in center. And James Wood in right for Littell on the mound. The 3-0 is going to be high, ball four. So Littell lets Nathan Lucas on a 4-pitch walk. Lucas is now on base, so runner at first here with one out. Immediately a runner on. Not a superstar anymore. He's still good. He's probably still the banner player for the Blue Jays. It's now Kazuma Okamoto, who really has a chance to become their banner player now. Here, righty-righty matchup. The pitch to Okamoto, and he swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-1 count. Swing very similar to Murakami. Hands held high. A load up that loads into his back foot. He's going to bring a lot of power there. His swing is powerful. He's been good, but he's hitting .226. It's not like the guy's hitting 350 home runs. He still's got a lot of pop, though. And he came over this year over to the bigs. Here's the pitch to Okamoto. That's going to be in there, called strike 2, that splitter. One thing, you'll see Zach Littell throw that splitter to get a strike in the zone. Okamoto wears number 7 for this Blue Jays team. Red, white, and blue trim for the Blue Jays, and some red and blue trim for the Nationals wearing their home whites with a red cap. The 0-2 is upstairs, ball 1, and it's a 1-2 count with a slider, so it'll be a 1-2 count. 226, a 304 on base percentage with 24 home runs, 66 runners driven in his first season at the big league level after being in the NPB before with the Yomiuri Giants. The 1-2 to Okamoto. Swinging a line drive through the hole in the right field. Second baseman Vivas can't get it. Rounding second, headed for third is Lucas. He will be there as the throw is towards the shortstop, Nunez. So now there's runners at first and third here with 1 out, as Okamoto laces that one to right field for a single, moving a runner into scoring position for his 87th hit on the year. So runners at first and third now with 1 out. Lucas moved up to third. Smart there. So now Okamoto stands at first. That'll bring up George Springer right here. Had a big home run last night. Made the game instead of 8-3, 8-6. A lot of power from him. Cheering for the Jays, but with my respect for the Nationals. Looking forward to a competitive game. Thank you so much for tuning in, David. Thanks for tuning in. The pitch to Springer is upstairs, ball 1. Thank you so much, David, for subscribing and joining the channel. Thank you so much. And we are up to 762 subscribers. Forgot to shout that out. Thank you so much to those new subscribers. Littell comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Springer. Here's the pitch. And Springer takes a sweeper in there, called strike 1. Thanks for subscribing. David W., thank you so much. Guards got to trade for a bat at the deadline. Yeah, I don't really follow other teams as much. I'm just really hoping we hold on to our guys. The Nationals. Here comes the 1-1 to Springer. Swing and a miss at a splitter. Low part of the zone, and it's a 1-2 count. Can't hit it that time. Going low. Springer just can't get to it. You'd have to golf swing that one. Springer kind of loads into the back of his swing. He takes big hacks and kind of falls back. So much momentum that he kind of falls back into his swing. The 1-2, swinging a ground ball, foul. And we do 1-2 again. There it is again. He just kind of falls into his swing. You'll see it if you watch film after. But George Springer kind of loads into his back after his swing, which is kind of interesting. So to be a 1-2 here. Littell sets. Here's the 1-2 to Springer. The pitch. Low and away, ball 2 with a splitter. So do 2-2 again. Littell kind of uses that as a main pitch a while and a lot. He'll use that pitch a lot. You'll notice that the splitter isn't going to be a strike. He will get it, a swing and miss on it, but he's not going to use it a lot. You're not going to see it as his main pitch. So it'll be a 2-2 to Springer. He'll go over to first. Back in safely is Okamoto. So Louis hanging the tag on him. But 2-2 here with 1 out. Okamoto had to dive back and lost his helmet on it. Now throw that back on. Star in Japanese Baseball League comes over from NPB. Now plays the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ford's going to fire to second. And Okamoto's in a rundown. Vivas tags him out. And Lucas can't even move. That's out number 3. A double play. What a play by the Nationals. Let's go. So Ford jumps up and fires it to second, and Lucas couldn't score as Vivas was able to quickly go lay the tag on Okamoto trying to steal second, and that'll end the inning with a nice double play. That's out number 2 and then out number 3 immediately. So the Nationals get out of a sticky situation right there. 2-4. 2-4, not 2-6. Excuse me, it's 2-4. So that'll end the inning. 1 hit, 1 man left on base. He's left on third, trying to score in that pickle type of play. 1 to the bottom of the first. Toronto 0. Nationals coming up right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. We're going to have James Wood leading off in the bottom of the first. Let's get going, everybody. One of the best hitters in baseball is coming to the plate. But the thing is, he's a strikeout victim a lot. He will strike out a lot, which is tough for him. Maybe without Vladimir Jr., the Jays will still beat the Nationals. Yeah. I saw 4 straight series losses for the Blue Jays, so that's going back even before the All-Star break. The Nationals, since the All-Star break, are 3-0 series-wise so far. So, and that's at home, too. It's hard for this team to win at home, which is really tough. They got swept by the Yankees at home. They got swept by the Marlins at home, yet they're still here. The offense is so good, it can play anywhere. The pitching just has a hard time in our own stadium. Even in our own stadium, the pitching has trouble. James Wood, Luis Garcia Jr., and Brady House will hit for the Nationals here as we get going to the bottom of the first. Let's get going. A lot of rumors about Guardians for Luis Arraez. Wow. I love hearing those rumors because we look back and sometimes you look back on the odd rumors and just get so confused. So James Wood has a history with facing good pitchers, and that history is he rakes against good pitchers. We all remember that Cam Schlittler game, first pitch from Schlittler to Wood, he did something. So I'm just going to say that he did something. James Wood loves hacking at the first pitch. So here we go. Trey Savage coming to the plate, up to the mound. 16 starts. This is 17th. He's 4-5 with a 3.92. We'll look at his numbers a little bit closely as we get into this game. Now, Trey Savage got a smile on his face as he goes into the line. Here's the first pitch to James Wood, and Wood takes a fastball in the outside corner, called strike one, so it will be an 0-1 count. Wood up to the plate here, hitting .269. Savage into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Wood. That's way outside, ball one with a splitter, so it will be a 1-1 count. That one nowhere close. So it will be a 1-1 count now. James Wood, a recent member, joining the 30th home run club. Not 30-30 just yet. The pitch, and Wood slaps this one out to center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit in front of Varsho. James Wood ropes one out to center field for a knock. So James Wood has himself a hit here with no one down in the bottom of the first to lead it off. James Wood didn't need a home run that time. This time he just bloops it out to center. Thought that one might fall or Varsho could make the catch. Instead, Varsho lets it drop. So James Wood gets the day going with a hit, a patent into James Wood to the opposite field. That time with a hit to left center for a base knock. You'll see him do that a lot. He's not a guy who's just going to hit home runs, so hits two, and Garcia slaps this one out to center, but Varsho's under it this time, now going back. Varsho will make the catch out there in center field for out number one. Wood can't go anywhere. So Garcia's out on one pitch, and that's out number one in the inning. Trey Savage, a simple man. Four-seamer, splitter, and slider. They hit best on the slider, which he throws the least amount of time. The fastball, 3.77 slugging, but the splitter, that's a nasty pitch. The secondary pitch is very good. It's hard to hit it. So Brady House will come to the plate right here. Coming set to Savage, a righty-righty matchup, and Savage will go over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Wood. That's the first disengagement by Savage. So Brady House up to the plate here. In the big leagues this year, he's .240 with 7 home runs. Average going up ever since now. He's 2 for 3 in the series and had a good game his first day back up last Sunday. First pitch to House. And House swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Varsho. He's onto the track at the wall. And that one is robbed by Varsho for out number 2. Varsho robs Brady House of a home run. First pitch hacking for Brady House. He goes out to the deepest part of center. And Varsho robs it for out number 2. House got every last piece of that one, sent it out to center. Varsho leaped up and robbed a home run for out number 2. Just made the catch in front of the fence. That's the best pitch Brady House is going to get all day now. He just can't get it. So now 3 barrels for the Nationals so far. Only one is landed. The pitch to Abrams is going to be called strike one with a fastball, and it'll be an 0-1 count. What a catch. Give credit where it's due. That's one of the best catches I've seen in Nationals Park this year. And we have Jacob Young here. Here comes the 0-1 to Abrams. Abrams takes a pitch in the dirt, gets away from Kirk. He keeps it in front, though. We'll see if he can move up. Wood will not. He'll stay at first. Wood didn't even look like he moved. So to make it a 1-1 count. Nice catch by Varsho on a ball that didn't look like it would go for a homer. Yeah, it probably would have. Brady House, also a guy who doesn't hit well against righties, and he really barreled one right there. CJ Abrams is 1 for 7 in the series. Still looking for even a righty here, or a hit, just an RBI. An RBI. Anything right here to drive in a run. He's good when he's driving in runs. Now he has a runner at first to try to drive him in. Savage sets. Here comes the 1-1 to CJ. He'll go over to first, back in safely once again is Wood. It's not hard for Wood to dive back into a bag. He can just reach out and he's basically there already with how tall he is. I was getting ready to put the watch it fly emojis in the chat. Yeah, I was ready to say it too. I was ready to say it. The 1-1 Abrams is away, ball 2, way out of the zone. Abrams hitting 294 on the year. The average is high, and he has 27 home runs, 82 runs driven in. I really hope this dude can scale over 100 RBIs, get to that 120 mark, and break the national single-season record for RBIs. That'd be amazing. Here's the 2-1. Abrams swinging a miss at a slider, and it's a 2-2 count. Abrams also a guy who didn't have a good second half last year. Didn't have a good second half in 2024 either. Also had that little gambling issue. But now he's really settling in this second half. He's really focused, locked in, having a significantly better season. And Abrams swings and misses through a slider, and that will end the inning. So Abrams is down swinging for out number 3. 1 hit in the inning, and what a play by Varsho for out number 3. Give him credit. That was an amazing catch. Probably would have been out of here. 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We are through 1, everybody. It's Toronto 0, National 0 right here on District Nation as we get going to the second inning. Guardians only 1.5 back of the White Sox now. Oh, that's interesting. The Nationals are just 1.5 back, so we'll have to check up on this Pirates match because if they can, the Pirates D-backs, I mean, they're both kind of ahead of the Nationals right now. The Pirates are tied with them. If the Pirates lose, we would take it for now. But if the D-backs lose, it's going to make them want to sell because they're on a borderline of selling or buying right now or staying where they are. If they sell, they're forfeiting their basically chances of making the wild card. If they give away Marte, maybe even give away Moreno, they're probably going to have trouble staying in the wild card run. So that opened up the spot for the Pirates, but then the Nationals still have to beat the Pirates for that run. The Cubs and the Phillies, they have their spots. They probably are in. The Phillies are falling. They're only 8 games above 5 now at 57 wins. The Nats at 55. So this isn't like it's super hard for the Nationals to catch up. This is easy. This isn't the most easy thing you're going to do, but this is a team that is good. The Nationals have a good offense. They can figure out the pitching. I see no reason why they can't find themselves in the playoffs. And I'm going to say this year is already a massive success because we were 66 and 96 last year. We are 55 and 53 right now. We would have to be one of the worst teams in the league for the rest of the year to really fall out of this one. So I don't think they will fall out of it. I think the Nationals will stay in the run. And I think in September, we're going to see 1 game out of the wild card, 2 games out of the wild card. And it's going to be interesting to see how this Nationals team approaches it. As we get going to the second, it'll be Kirk, Varsho, and Clement for the Blue Jays in the top of the second when Kirk comes to the plate, hitting in the 5-hole in today's game. As we get going to the top of the second, looks like umpire Lance Barksdale, crew chief, and behind the plate's talking to Harry Ford real quickly. Just like that, we'll go through the umpires as well for this game. Behind the plate, of course, is the crew chief for Game 3 of this series. That's Lance Barksdale. At first is Will Little. Ryan Wills is at second, and at third is going to be Jonathan Parra. Coming sets Littell. Here comes the first pitch to the little Alejandro Kirk, and that's going to be called strike 1 with a slider on the outside corner, and it will be no 1 count. Called by Lance Barksdale, the crew chief.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So the 0-1 here as Littell, who works exclusively at the set, goes to the plate, swinging a foul ball off of Kirk's leg, and it'll be an 0-2 count. Alejandro Kirk up to the plate right here. Littell now at 18 pitches. Quick inning here would be nice. If he can get through 5 and maybe even 6, if he could get 6 innings today, that'd be great. That'd be the absolute best thing he could do right now, is get this team through 6 innings. Littell looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. I mean, 0-2 to Kirk. Here's the pitch from Littell. That's outside, ball 1. Wanted him to chase that sweeper way out of the zone, but Kirk is able to lay off right here. 224 average, 3 home runs, only 12 runners driven in for Kirk. Had some time on the IL. Here comes the 1-2 to Kirk from Littell. Just outside, ball 2. Can't get the call that time. Looked like it was off the plate. Looking at it again, it probably was off the plate. So it will be a 2-2 count. Littell comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Kirk. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but that one is fouling out of play. So do 2-2 again right here. Kirk up to the plate here, catching in today's game. They have a backup catcher as well that gets some playing time, Brandon Valenzuela. He actually sees the field quite a bit because they have Kirk. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Vivas, the second baseman, is there. He fires to first in time for out number 1. Good job by Vivas playing up the middle, having a range over there and making the play to put him away for out number 1. So there's 1 gone here in the second. Vivas is very talented all around the field. Like to see him at second, like to see him at third. For Kirk this year, only 116 at-bats as well, and only 26 hits. As now, that'll bring up Dalton Varsho right here with one out. Dalton Varsho already has killed the Nationals on the defensive side. Here's the pitch. That's going to be just outside ball one, so it will be a 1-0 count. Can't get the call that time. A 1-0 here with one out in the top of the second. Coming set is going to be Littell. It'll be a 1-0 to Varsho. Here's the pitch. So going to fly ball right field. That one is foul, and it'll be a 1-1 count. So 1-1 here with one out in the top of the second. Littell goes to the pitch comm here, who calls his own pitch. He looks in for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 1-1 to Varsho. He delivers. And Varsho swinging a pop-up. This one is on the infield. Third baseman House is under it, shading his eyes from the sun, and he finds it for out number 2. Brady House, smart decision to wear sunglasses out there. Almost lost it in the sun, but he does make the catch for out number 2. So there's 2 gone now, and that'll bring up Ernie Clement, an All-Star this year. Was the second highest voted player in the All-Star game, so immediately made the starting lineup. I didn't realize that rule was a thing. I'd never known that, but he was one of the highest votes, so he got that role. And this guy's a 7-hitter for a non-playoff team, but he earned himself All-Star, 296 average, 320, 8 home runs, but he gets on base. Here's the pitch to Clement. That's going to be a splitter in there called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count now. Clement up to the plate here, 296, 8 home runs, 744 OPS. As Littell says, here's the 0-1 to Clement. That's going to be swung on, hit out to right field, but that one is foul and out of play. So do 0-2 here. I wonder if at Nationals Park, because it is an afternoon game, it's a Wednesday, and it's early, and it's in the summertime. I wonder if Tarps Off is even going to get started in the stadium. Coming sets Littell. Here comes the 0-2 to Clement. Outside, ball 1, can't hit with a slider, so it will be a 1-2 count. Tarps Off was going last night when they won the game, and it was going on Friday. They were doing the roll call at Nationals Park. DN, what's good? What's up, Rhino? Here's the 1-2, swinging a ground ball up the middle. This time it's Nunez to range over. On the run, fires to first. Picked out of the ground by Luis Garcia Jr. for out number 3. What a play by Nasib Nunez. Playing up the middle, then has to go on the run and fire to first, and Garcia picks it out of the ground for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. So no runs in the inning, no hits, no runners left on base. A 1-2-3 inning for Littell. He's through 2 now, so we'll head to the bottom of the second, everybody. National 0, Toronto 0, right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in, Rhino. If you like football, go check out Rising Rhino himself. Guy who does all football, NFL, CFL, UFL, college football. Anything you need can be found on Rising Rhino all year long. Football coverage. So here we go. Bottom second would be Ford, Lyle, and Young for the Nationals. It's interesting. The Nationals treated this game just by a few guys in the lineup like we're facing a lefty. Trey Savage is a righty. You have Harry Ford in the starting lineup. You have Brady House in the starting lineup. You have Jacob Young in the starting lineup. So a few righties there. That is more than you'll usually see for the Nationals. Dylan Cruz doesn't get the start, though. Dylan Cruz had a home run last night. Went back-to-back home runs with Luis Garcia Jr. But at the same time, maybe they just wanted Ford to see a righty. And they want House to see a righty because they want Brady House to be a starter for this team. And House, in only one of his first starts back, he's hitting in the 3-hole after being in Rochester, where he was playing that type of role as a 3-hitter for AAA Rochester and was raking against lefties. So he did much better when they bring lefties out of the bullpen. You'll see Brady House do better. Football, says Rhino. The most football on YouTube. All right. Go check out Rhino. So here we go. Bottom of the second. Ford will lead it off. Harry Ford still trying to find it in a Nationals jersey. He had a little time with the Mariners last year. He was in a trade for Jose Ferrer over the offseason. The Nationals sent over Ferrer and got Harry Ford back, who's hitting .235 through his first 17 ABs in the big leagues. Trey Savage has one of the best pitchers in baseball. Jesus Luzardo, they're only hitting 118 against his sweeper. Dylan Cease, they're hitting 124 on the slider. Trey Savage, hitters are hitting 129 on a splitter. Get Savage into the line. First pitch here to Harry Ford. That's going to be swung on and missed on a slider, and it's an 0-1 count. You know, a low slider may be one of the better pitches you're going to get from Trey Savage today, though. If you get a pitch you like, you got to rip, especially a guy like Harry Ford. Here's the pitch to Ford, and that's outside, ball 1 with a slider, so to be a 1-1 count. Can't clip alone outside corner, so it will be A 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with no one out in the bottom of the second inning. Savage looks in for a sign. He goes in the wind. The 1-1 to Ford, and Ford swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. Jimenez, though, he fields, fires to first in time for out number 1. So Ford is down on the ground out. There's one out now, and that'll bring up Dalen Lyle. Lyle will come up to the plate right here. Hitting in the 6 hole. I mean, some people may be surprised that Dalen Lyle's hitting behind Harry Ford, but that's Buteraball. He'll mess up with the lineup right here. He'll make it look confusing, and honestly, it works. Savage of the wind. First pitch to Lyle is outside, ball 1 with a fastball, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Savage already has 1 out in the second. 14 pitches worked. Yesterday he worked into the starters count, but today and recently the Nats aren't good at that. Here's the 1-0, and Lyle takes a slider inside, ball 2, but it'll be a 2-0 count now. Lyle is good at that. Lyle can work into a pitch count really, really well. You'll see him do that. He'll work into people's pitch count. He's going to be annoying. Here comes the 2-0 to Lyle, and that's going to be called strike 1 with a fastball bottom part of the zone. It did clip that time, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Now Lyle will take a timeout. Dalen Lyle working some good ABs this year. Last year he hit .299 in his limited ABs after being sent down and called up, but now he's hitting a little lower, but he's bringing a new factor to the tables. He grounds this one to the first baseman off of Okamoto, flips it up to Savage, covering in time for out number 2. Okamoto, hard ground ball to him. He can't field it properly, but keeps it in front of him, recovers, and flipped it up to Savage. So that's 2 outs. Lyle grounds out, and there's 2 away. 2 outs now bring up Jacob Young. JY, who could use a big fly right here. 235 average, 9 of those big flies, and 37 runs driven in with a 680 OPS. Getting a lot of starts against lefties, but at the same time, they want him getting starts against righties because he is so good in the field. Savage looks in for a sign. He will go into the wind here. First pitch to Jacob Young is going to be outside, ball 1 with a slider, and low, so it will be a 1-0 count now. What's happening? Yeah, nothing much. Just calling an afternoon baseball game. Matinee action here as Savage facing the fellow righty. Here comes the 1-0 to Young. Swinging a fly ball foul, maybe a 1-1 count. Got a 93 fastball right in the zone, and you just can't hit it. That's got to be the pitcher attacking the fastball right there. And sadly, Young just couldn't get a good piece of it. So it'll be 1-1 here. Savage working to his wind. Here comes the 1-1 to Young. And Young takes a fastball way upstairs, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count now. Savage steps back onto the rubber. Where's number 39 for this Blue Jays team? Here comes the 2-1. And Young swinging a foul back, and we'll do 2-2 here. A lot of Nats fans here for this game. I mean, Monday night when I was there's a lot of Blue Jays fans as well. Something I noticed, just a lot of Jays fans there. Surprising to me that there were so many Jays fans. And I guess Toronto fans are just everywhere. I mean, it's a team that you can probably freely support because it's Toronto. But at the same time, it's Toronto. The 2-2 to Young. That's low ball 3. Savage arm angle, you'll notice, is very over the top. Very over the top. So when you're facing Trey Savage, you're going to see pitches that have a lot of vertical movement and maybe a little horizontal, but it's effective over the top. Here's the 3-2. It's in the dirt, ball 4. So Jacob Young's going to take a walk. So Young will be at first, and Jorbit Vivas will come to the plate right here. Runner at first with 2 outs. And that was an over-top pitch that was in the dirt, but a very over-the-top. And through his last 3 starts, Savage has 11 2/3 innings worked, 10 earned runs, 19 strikeouts, and 3 home runs given up. You got to get to him quickly. Savage comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Jorbit Vivas, and he takes a splitter in there, called strike 1. There's that splitter, has some good movement on it. Vivas up to the plate right here. Savage now at 24 pitches. Still, it's hard to work into his pitch count. Here comes the 0-1 to Vivas. And Vivas swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center, but Varsho's under it. He's looking, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So the Nationals get a walk, but they can't do anything with it. So no hits, 1 runner left on base. We are through 2, everybody. It's Toronto 0, Nationals 0 right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 3rd. It'll be Jimenez, Schneider, and Panango. Schneider, a guy who just got called up from AAA Buffalo. So I got to see him play because I called the Buffalo Bison's Rochester Red Wings game last week. So I got to see him play. Or at least I saw him sitting on the bench. I don't think he was in the game. The Jimenez will lead it off for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez. But for now, I want to focus a little bit on the guy who's pitching, Trey Savage, because you saw that line. Not a good line over his last 3 starts. So he's been pitching. It's not like he's pitching against the Rockies and he just had bad starts. It's still decent competition. That's the thing. It is still pretty good competition. His last time out, he went 1 2/3, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs against Boston, and 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs against Chicago. And then only 1 2/3 worked. He walked 7 guys at San Diego. So he's had some trouble with the walk lately. 12 walks. We talked about it during the pregame show. He hasn't had a walkless outing, which is hard to do either, but it's kind of hard since June 29th. He hasn't not walked a hitter, and that was against the New York Mets, and they're aggressive, so they're going to be swinging the bat. I mean, the Mets must be hard to give walks because they're going to be so aggressive, and they swing and miss a lot. But you're going to be Andres Jimenez to lead it off in the top of the 3rd. Andres Jimenez, then it'll be Davis Schneider, and then the top of the order with Panango will hit. It's nice to see Trevor Williams back. That's one thing that is really, really good. Trevor Williams being back up in the big leagues is just really, really good. I'm really excited to see him pitch today. He's finally getting to come back. Over the last few seasons, he hasn't had too many games. I mean, he had 17 games last year where he had an ERA of 6.21. He was 3-10, but he was 6-1 with a 2.03 over 13 games in 2024. Look at that, Conley Early on the bench. That's low and inside, ball 1 from Littell. Conley Early in the dugout talking to Cade Cavalli. Really great to see Conley Early getting to know these guys. So excited to see that happen. So to be a 1-0. Here's the pitch from Littell, and that's going to be swung on, popped up into foul ground. Ford checking on it. Third baseman House is going to be Harry Ford to make the catch right around the on-deck circle, third base side for out number 1. You know, it is undecided for the Nationals for who would pitch tomorrow. They haven't announced it just yet because that'd be Awesome's start. Or that'd be Foster's start probably, and they're going to say Foster's going to go Thursday, so it's undecided who gets the start. So maybe Williams sits out today and he pitches tomorrow as the starter. That's a really interesting move, though, leaving that day open. Here comes the first pitch to Davis Schneider, and that's going to be called. Strike 1, top part of the zone. It's an 0-1 count. Schneider didn't like the call, but it'd be 0-1 here. 144 at the big league level for Davis Schneider, as Littell is going to come set. Here comes the 0-1 to Schneider. Schneider swinging a fly ball, hit out to center, going back is Young, but he's there. He settles under it, and Jacob Young makes the catch for out number 2. So Zach Littell working some good baseball now. Now he's worked 2 2/3. First time through the order, they're 1 for 8 with a strikeout. So once again, Littell's not going to strike out too many guys, but he'll work hard. I mean, realistically, if he gives you a good outing today, 6 innings maybe, do you even want to go to Williams, or do you go to other arms? I know the bullpen's kind of deflated today, and you could use an innings eater, but really, here's the pitch to Panango, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 1. It's kind of pick your poison here. That is my opinion. Sure, Williams did not do well last year. He did not have his best start, but it's pick your poison situation as Yohendrick Panango has a 1-0 count on him. Littell sets. The 1-0 to Panango, and that's going to be outside, ball 2 with a splitter, so it will be a 2-0 count, but you can use the bullpen today. You have a good stretch of games coming up. You don't have an off day because you go tomorrow to play the Braves. You're traveling tomorrow. It starts on a Thursday, and that's a 4-gamer. As Littell sets, the 2-0 to Panango, swinging a check swing foul to be a 2-1 count. He just swings that one and fouls it back. So it will be a 2-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. 0-0 game here. I don't know if anyone noticed. This is the first game wearing an alternate red jersey. I now have every jersey but one of the Nationals. Shout out to my brother for helping out the collection. Here comes the 2-1 to Panango. He's going to take a sinker in there, called strike 2. So there's a City Connect James Wood, a alternate blue Juan Soto, a red Ryan Zimmerman, and then a white Max Scherzer, which is over there. The 2-2 from Littell, swinging a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be Vivas to make it, and he can't make the play. That's Nunez playing up the middle. Kind of everyone converged on it. Nunez going to grab the ball, and he kind of bobbles it as he's trying to come up with it, and he didn't throw it over to first. So let's see if they give him an infield hit right here. Kind of chopped up the middle. Nunez was playing up the middle, but it wasn't hit hard at all. They're probably going to end up giving him an error right here. They're going to give him a single. Wow, at least ESPN for now is giving him a single, and Penango's going to get credit for a single. So Nunez doesn't have an error, but that's a single now. Runner at first here with 2 outs, and that pitch is going to be in there. Called strike 1 on the low and inside corner to Nathan Lucas, who walked his first time up. 285 average, 5 home runs, 18 runs driven in for Lucas this season. As Littell sets, comes the 0-1 to Lucas. Lucas swinging a fly ball, hit to right field, but that one is foul. So we 0-2 count. Like number Phil Simms. Ooh, good reference right there. So 0-2 here with 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 outs situation. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Littell sets. 0-2 to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. So to be a 1-2 count on a sweeper inside, no appeal at all. So it will be a 1-2 count. Didn't even get his hands going that much. So it will be a 1-2 here. 1-2 here with 2 outs. I mean, if they're really not announcing the starter, is it really not the craziest thing to say Irvin's going to come up for Palmquist tomorrow, and we're going to have Jake Irvin pitching tomorrow? The 1-2 to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but Nunez is playing right there. He'll take it to the bag in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Nunez plays up the middle, kind of the same place he was playing for Penango. That ball hit pretty hard up the middle. Nunez can make the play and just take it to the bag for out number 3. So a fielder's choice for Nathan Lucas, and that will end the inning for unassisted to put away Penango at second. So that means 1 man was left on base with only 1 hit. Wow, 3 innings scoreless now for Zach Littell. You barely see that. But now Littell's giving us 9 outs. Zach Littell has got 9 outs for this team. Now he's starting to settle in a little bit. Whatever you need, Littell. If this is your pace that you're going to throw 90 pitches to get us 18 outs, you're going to throw 100 pitches, get us 18 outs, I'm fine with it, as long as he gets 5 or 6 innings. And sure, he has faced now 11 batters, and he only has 1 strikeout, but he has a lot of grounders, and he has a lot of outs there, and only 2 hits in the game. Who really cares how it looks by that point if he's going to do that? So we go to the bottom of the third. It would be Smunez, Wood, and Garcia Jr. So Andrew Alvarez was the corresponding move today for Trevor Williams, or he was the move for Varland. So Awesome Andrew was sent down for Gus Varland. I think they're sending down Alvarez to work on his control a little bit, figure out the strike zone again, because that's something he has struggled with his last few games up the big league level. It'd be really nice for him to send down to AAA and figure it out again. Do well at Rochester. You know you have good coaches down there. There's good competition, and the Red Wings are a good team. A good chance for Alvarez to find it quickly and get back up to the big league stronger and work out of the bullpen. Because then your bullpen is just full of starters by that point. If Littell and Michaelis can get moved there, it's just full of starters by that point. So Nunez, Wood, and Lua here. It looks like Abrams, they're saying, is it something with his hand is hurting? Something about his hand. I think Abrams, it doesn't look, or they're just showing Abrams errors, but it might be something with his hand. It has been hurt before. He's wearing tape on it, wearing some athletic tape to cover it. I really hope CJ is okay. He's going to be, if they get to him, he hit fifth this inning. The pitch to Nunez is upstairs, ball 1. He's a valuable player of this team. Treya Savage is here. He says, well, my offense is not helping me out. What's up? Treya Savage in the house. Here comes the 1-0 to Nunez. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to shallow center. Going out as the shortstop, Jimenez. Coming in as Varsho, but it's going to be the shortstop, Jimenez, to make the catch for out number 1. Jimenez goes out and makes the catch. So, first time through the order, the Nationals are 1 for 8 with a 1 hit from James Wood, who's up to the plate right here. Got that average up to 271 now. 30 home runs, 72 runs driven in. A league leader in both those categories. He's up there for both those categories, home runs and RBIs. Here's the first pitch to James Wood, and he takes a slider inside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Nationals 0, Blue Jays 0. An afternoon game like this, runs would be very helpful. You need them to win. Here's the 1-0, and that's a splitter upstairs, ball 2, so to be a 2-0 count. Even if they throw a very high pitch here, it still is near James Wood. He's so tall. I mean, 6'7". He's such a big dude. Here's the 2-0 to Wood. Wood takes a fastball outside, ball 3. It's a 3-0 count. Another thing about that, it is so impressive that that dude can still draw walks, being that big. He's got to know the strike zone like the back of his hand with the way he does strike out a lot, but he draws a lot of walks too. Here's the 3-0 to Wood, and that's going to be outside, ball 4. James Wood takes a 4-pitch walk. Knows when to lay off. He doesn't need a hack at a pitch that isn't his. He's won a layoff, so that's his second time on base this afternoon. That'll bring up Louie, who had a home run in last night's game. He went back-to-back with Dylan Cruz, the 3-hitter, in last night's game. And Louie consistently, against right-handed hitters, will hit second. He hits lower in the order when it's lefties. He doesn't do well against lefties, but against righties, he mashes. Here's the pitch, and Louie takes a fastball, called strike 1 upstairs. Should be no 1 count. 281 average for Louie. 22 home runs, a career year for him with that 73 runs driven in. He has been so good this year. Here comes the 0-1 to Garcia. Garcia takes a splitter, ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count. And don't forget, you'd think, oh, he's been up here for so long, Garcia's on his way out, or he's a vet now, or he's old. Luis Garcia Jr., the one guy who's been here for 6 years, is 26. Here comes the 1-1 to Louie. Garcia swinging a foul back. It'll be a 1-2 count. He just couldn't get a decent piece of that one. It'll be a 1-2 here. This, our leader, probably our most veteran hitter. He might not be the oldest on the team, but he has the most experience at the big league level, probably 6 years worth of experience. It's got to be Louie. It's got to be Louie. He's the most experienced on the team. Here's the 1-2. Garcia swings and pops this one up. Third baseman under it in foul ground. That's Clement. And he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Clement just barely into foul ground for out number 2. So there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up the 3-hitter. Brady House, who got a good pitch to hit last time, but was robbed of a home run back in the first inning. Probably drives in 2, but center fielder Varsho made an amazing catch for out number 2 of that inning. Savage comes set. Comes the first pitch now to Brady House. House swing a ground ball, foul to be no 1 count. Brady House does not hit well against righties, as we have seen. He really struggles there. But now he's really starting to find it back up here through his first few games. He's getting a start against a righty now. And I think Butera understands, and Taboni understands. He barreled that ball just now. The 0-1 is going to be a slider in there, called strike 2. And the one tendency he has facing righties, he's going to chase a lot. He has a problem with chasing when it comes to facing guys like Savage. Savage comes set. And we know due to Brady House. Here's the pitch. House takes a slider outside in the dirt, ball 1. That was a pitch he would chase probably earlier this year. He chases a lot. And I really hope he can figure that out, know the strike zone a little bit against righties. Because Brady House, a top prospect consistently, one of the best players, potential to be arguably one of the best players on this team, and arguably could be a 3-hitter for this team in the future. Here comes the 1-2 to House. Here's the pitch. House swinging a miss, and that's out number 3. Thought he fouled that one off, but it just goes in the glove of Alejandro Kirk, and that's out number 3. Brady House can't hit that splitter in the zone, so he goes to the splitter that time and gets Brady House on the swing. Second strikeout for Savage on the afternoon. That'll end the inning. No hits, but 1 man left on base. We're through 3, everybody, in less than an hour of play, too. 57 minutes. We're through 3 innings, everybody. What to the top of the 4th? Nationals 0, Blue Jays 0 right here on District Nation. Let's get some runs here, though. Get just a run. I mean, we had that game with the Rockies, game 3 of that afternoon series, where we couldn't score for 5 innings, and then we just found it. The team woke up. They need to wake up this time, figure it out a little bit. But if Littell's going to do this, hold them to 0 runs for now, that is what Cavalli did when he pitched in that Wednesday afternoon game. I believe that was Cavalli's game. Cavalli's game was the afternoon game. We can check, though, because we have the scorebooks right here. So in Game 3 of the Rocky series, it was Cavalli. He goes 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Then Yeen works 2 innings out of the pen. And then Max Kranick shut him down in the 9th. It'd be really nice if we could have an outing like that right here. And what really changed for the Nationals, they put up a run in the 5th on the starter, Hughes, then Bernardino in the 6th. They couldn't hit him. In the 7th, when Herget came into the game for the Rockies, they just unleashed. The Nationals woke up and said, hey, let's play a little baseball. And that's exactly what they did. They found a way to get going, and they just didn't look back. So here we go, top 4. Looks like the Rochester Red Wings game was suspended today. They were going to have an 11 a.m. game today. Looks like they're just going to have a doubleheader tomorrow. So they're going to have 5:05 game. They're going to do a 7th-inning doubleheader. They do that at minor leagues, apparently. The thing they used to do in 2020, where they did 7-inning doubleheaders, they're going to do that this year in the minor leagues, and I believe they're going to do it for a while. I mean, you're just losing out on baseball at that point, but I think if you buy a ticket, you get both games. And your tickets probably carry over. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there. Called strike 1 to Okamoto. So it'll be an 0-1 here. Littell looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set facing the fellow righty Okamoto. Here's the pitch, and that's outside. Ball 1 with a splitter. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 228 average for Okamoto. He's up to the plate right here. A fan favorite of Blue Jays, because I sat third base side, so I heard everyone who they thought was a fan favorite. Here comes the 1-1 Okamoto. Swinging a line drive, foul. Third base line and roasting. The ball girl completely misses it. It goes off the wall and she completely missed it. So Lyle's probably going to have to go over there and grab it. It'll be a 1-2 here. Littell looks in for his sign. He's got it and he comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Okamoto. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2 with the slider. Let's go. We're up to 763 subscribers. I just noticed that. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. Now we're getting close to 775. And then we're just on the way to 800. Here's the 2-2 from Littell. That's inside, ball 3 with a sweeper. So it'll be a 3-2 count now. Littell's pitch count up to 47 here in the 4th. But he's working quick work here of the Blue Jays. He's working hard as well. Littell comes set. It'd be a 3-2 to Okamoto. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman Vivas, who's playing over towards the middle. He will fire to first in time for out number 1. So that's just grounded up the middle, but Vivas is kind of shaded over there, and he can make the play easily for out number 1. So there's one down here, and that'll bring up George Springer now, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the game. Littell now at 48 pitches. I mean, 50, 60 pitches through 4. That's good for Littell. That's good numbers for Littell. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Up to 764. The pitch is upstairs. Ball with a slider. We're gaining subs even for this afternoon game. Thank you so much to that new subscriber for joining the nation. So it'll be 1-0 here with a 1 out as Littell comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to George Springer. And Springer swinging a ground ball up the middle. Vivas playing over there again. He will fire to first in time for out number 2. That one grounded a little bit up the second base side of the bag. Some chops on it. Easy play for Vivas. So there's 2 outs now. Looks like we got CS subscribed. And then we got Fred. Thank you so much, Fred, for subscribing as well. We got a Fred in the house. Thank you so much. Fred's here. Thank you so much. The pitch to Kirk is going to be upstairs. Ball 1. Fred in the house. What is up, Fred? He says, hi, I just subscribed. Glad to discover your channel. Thank you so much, Fred, for tuning in. Let's go, Nats. What's up, Kane? Thank you so much for tuning in. Comes the 1-0 to Kirk. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on, fouled off. It'll be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Littell now at 52 pitches, but it is Littell. And we're up to 765. Thank you so much. Now just 5 away from 770. But 1-1 here with 2 outs. Littell comes set. He's thrown 17 sliders today. 14 splitters as Kirk will take a timeout. District Nation Dads here says, NATS, Nats, no woo. Able to listen for a couple minutes. Great broadcast, DN. Thank you so much, DN Dad, for tuning in. Littell sets. Here comes the 1-1 to Kirk. Here's the pitch, and Kirk takes a sweeper, low and away, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. You know, normally the Nationals on Sunday afternoon games wear the blue jersey. And on Wednesday afternoon games, they'll wear the blue. But today, they're going to wear the home whites. So they wore the home whites all 3 games for this series. Kind of an interesting move for them. Littell has gotten his ERA to sub-5. He's at 4.99. The 2-1 is outside, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-1 count. Can't hit the zone this time. Littell's best start in a while. yeah, I mean, the fact that he actually started the game is really good. And we have Trevor Williams, who's probably going to get warmed up soon. So we don't need 7-8 innings from Littell here. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a ground ball, second base side, but this one is through for a base hit. Alejandro Kirk with a rare base knock into right field, so Kirk now has to run the base paths. Might be tough for him, but 2 outs, runner at first here. So that'll bring up Dalton Varsho now, who's really robbed the Nationals already. Had that, it would have been 2-0 if it weren't for Varsho. So base knock here, so 2 outs. Littell comes set. He will face Dalton Varsho. Here's the pitch. And Varsho swinging a line drive down the right field line. That's fair into the corner. Wood's going to have to... Oh, it's Kirk. It's Kirk. We're fine. It's Kirk. Wood's going to have to grab it. Kirk's going to round third. He's going to stop there, though. Ooh, if that's anyone else, Kirk scores. But that's Alejandro Kirk. The Nationals are the luckiest men alive that was Alejandro Kirk on first. He's a little train just chugging down the line. And, of course, even a double down the line doesn't score Kirk. And he was on the move on contact, and he just couldn't do it. Took him a while to get to second. Rounding second, he kind of slowed down. Then he got the wheels going, but in the third, he started rounding third, but then he stopped. So a double for Dalton Varsho now. Kirk's gassed. Kirk has his helmet off. He's gassed. So 56 pitches for Littell now. Now we'll get a visit from Simon Matthews. Well, now there's runners at second and third after that double down the line for Varsho. Runners at second and third. Longtime Expos fan and following Nats since 2005. So an OG fan. No Nats radio in Canada, so your channel is a real pleasure. Thank you so much, Fred. I hope to see you soon on other streams. Thank you so much. Coming sets Littell. Here's the pitch to Ernie Clement now. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there. Called strike one with a sweeper. Don't got to worry about a double. Yeah, especially when Alejandro Kirk is the runner on the base paths. He's not going anywhere. He should have scored on that. If that is anyone else, he probably scores. Littell sets. Comes the 0-1 to Clement. Here's the pitch. Clement swinging a miss on a splitter, or he tipped it, and that one did go to the backstop, so lucky that he tipped it, so to be 0-2. I could hear Kirk running. I bet it was hilarious. I could hear Kirk running. I bet it was hilarious. Ted reference right there. What a reference. Oh, I can hear Kirk running. I bet it's hilarious. Were you at the Nats game on Monday? I was. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball. Center field ranging over is Young. And he makes the catch for out number 3. And the Nationals escape that little sticky situation for out number 3. So 2 hits in the inning. Kirk couldn't score on that double. Probably should have, but there's no runs. So 2 runners left on base. Littell has 4 innings worked scoreless, but he had a tough one that time. So we're headed to the bottom of the 4th, everybody. Abrams, Ford, and Lau will come up in the bottom of the 4th right here on District Nation. In response to District Nation on the poll, where the Jays or Nationals will win the late July series between the two teams, this game remains too close to call with the Jays half of the 4th still. Yeah. I just kind of put in there so you can guess. It's a fun thing. Throw who you're rooting for. I'm not really asking, I'm about to lay $700 on this game. You guys have to give me who wins so I can win money. It's really just for fun. Oh, yeah, on Monday, there was a lot of Blue Jays fans there. I was sitting third base side, too, Kane. I was sitting third base side, and they were loud, especially when Louis Varland came to the game and when that home run was hit early on off of Eddie Yean. And when they got to Eddie Yean in the third, Alvarez shut him down a little bit. Alvarez did good work, but Nationals really had no way of shutting him up. Andres Chaparro, though, with a tank. Chappie went yard and sent it out of here. Chappie with some pop. Andres Chaparro, one of the best hits I've seen in a while from Chappie. So we go bottom of the 4th. It'll be Abrams to lead it off, who's 0-for-1 with a strikeout. It'd be really nice if Abrams could just get a nice rip right here. Rip something hard somewhere. Anywhere right here. Just hit something hard. I mean, 4 innings worked by Littell scoreless now. That is a good outing. If he ended right now, he's still... Even if he had 2 good innings from an opener like P.J. Pullen, if Pullen had opened for him before he was injured, that would be amazing. That'd be 6 innings worth of work from Pullen and Littell. I think you can... Maybe they even want to start getting Williams worked up. Was there more Yankees fans, though, that one time when we saw Blue Jays? Yeah, there was definitely more Yankees fans than Blue Jays fans at that one game. I was third base side, but Yankees fans were scattered through that stadium. I went to 2 of those games. I went to the Schlittler game and the Will Warren game. Those games were insane. There was Yankees fans everywhere. As we get going here for the bottom of the 4th, Savage will face CJ Abrams. Here's the pitch. He takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1. That's a fastball, so it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here, no one out in the bottom of the 4th. Savage now at 40 pitches. He goes into the wind. The 1-0 to Abrams, and Abrams takes a splitter low, and it's a 2-0 count now. CJ finding his way on would be great. So bottom of the 4th here, Abrams trying to go 300 with the average. He's at 293. It'd be really cool if he could climb over to the 300 mark. Savage. We'll go into the wind here. The 2-0 to Abrams. Abrams takes a pitch inside ball 3, but Alejandro Kirk wants to challenge. I'm telling you, under that mask, he is still winded. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball. Trey Savage threw a slider inside. Kirk challenges it, and they're incorrect. The Toronto Blue Jays just failed a challenge. Well, there's Alejandro Kirk's challenge. Here's the 3-0, and that's upstairs, ball 4. Not going to challenge that one. That's about 10 inches too high. The Nationals don't have an off day for a while, though. They play the Braves tomorrow. They start a 4-gamer, and then they start a weekday series with the Phillies for 4 games, and then they finally play the Reds for a weekend series, and then they just keep going. They keep chugging. So this is a long stretch coming up. This Nationals team has a lot of work to do. Coming set here is going to be Savage. Here's the first pitch now to Harry Ford, and that's outside ball 1. Kirk with a back pick, but Abrams is in there safely. Kirk is still gassed. His decision-making is a little off. Kirk is still trying to process what sport he's playing. He just thought he shot a 3-pointer. So we 1-0 here. We usually have packed crowds Friday and Saturday night. We haven't had a packed crowd in a while. That's the sad part. Here's the pitch to Ford, and he grounds this one to the third baseman. It's off his glove. He'll throw it to first. In time, picked out of the ground by Okamoto. Nice play by Okamoto for out number 1. Third baseman Clement bobbled it. So it's hit hard to Clement. He tries to make it on a bounce. It goes off his glove, but off his glove right into his hand, and then Okamoto picks the throw out of the ground. So a 5-3 ground out's all they're going to get. Abrams in a scoring position now. That'll bring up Dalen Lyle right here with 1 out. Sad trombone, says Mr. C. Yep. Coming set, Savage. The pitch to Lyle is in there, called strike 1 with a splitter. So it'd be an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Still knotted, scoreless at 0. You know, the Nationals, we need to get people going to games. You got to get people going to games. Savage comes set. Here's the pitch to Lyle. That's up and in ball 1 with a fastball. People need to go to more Nats games. If you are in the D.C. area, the DMV area in general, get some cheap tickets. Help out the guys. I mean, it is tough for this team. They're not playing in front of big crowds. Here's the 1-1 to Lyle, and he swings and misses at a fastball to be a 1-2 count. I go to as many home games as I can. Sure, we're not going to support them on the road the way the Yankees or the Dodgers fans show up, but got to support them at home. Or do this. Watch them on YouTube. Watch them. I know Nationals TV is taken away from the fans, but tune in to my broadcast so you can listen to the Nationals. Here comes the 1-2 to Lyle. Here's the pitch. Lyle swinging a ground ball. This is to the first baseman, Okamoto. He fields cleanly in time for out number 2. So there's 2 outs, and Abrams will move up to third. So I'll bring up Jacob Young right here with a runner at third and 2 outs. It's Nationals' first real shot to really drive in a run. The farthest they've had a base runner get is first base so far. Now they have a runner at third with 2 outs. It's probably their first real chance. It would be great here to at least get a run here, especially with Littell. Yeah. It'd be nice if they can right here. Coming set is going to be Savage. Here's the pitch to Young, and that's outside, ball 1 with a slider. Thought that one may have clipped, but I don't think Kirk's going to want to challenge anything for a while, at least an inning or 2. You don't want to lose both your team's challenges. That's something Alex Call did earlier this season, though. He lost both the team's challenges in 1AB. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, called strike 1. Alex Call, former National, now on the Dodgers, challenged every pitch of the AB and didn't work out. So, Savage comes set. It'd be a 1-1 to Young. Here's the pitch to JY. And JY takes a slider in the dirt ball too, so it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Bottom 4. Nationals, Blue Jays at 0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hope the camera quality is a little bit better at least. I know it sometimes glitches. I hope it isn't that anymore because the green screen is actually working this time. The green screen is working really well. Comes the 2-1 to Young. Young takes a slider called. Strike 2 on the outside corner. So to be a 2-2 count. The green screen is actually working really well now. Image looks crystal clear on my side, so looks really nice. So 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Young up to the plate here, facing Yasavage. Yasavage comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Young. He steps off. Wow, he's going to step off here. So do 2-2 once again. We'll get the suspense all built up, and we'll do it again. And driving in a run here would be great. Just get one so you can get the offense moving. Get the tables moving. Just get something on the board. Here's the 2-2, and Young swinging a ground ball foul. And we'll do 2-2 again, fielded by the third base coach, Estevez, in foul territory. Pitch sequence, only 5 pitches in the AB so far. He went slider, 4-seamer, and now he's throwing 3 sliders in a row. He doesn't throw splitter much. You'll notice he isn't throwing that much. At least so far in the game, he's trying to use it more as a put-away pitch. Coming set to Savage. It'll be a 2-2 to Young. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot back, and we'll do 2-2 again. He just fouls that one off the net. Let's look at the angle they just saw. I don't think either bullpens are active right now. Neither bullpens are really going right now. They're still just kind of staying loose. I mean, probably stretching a little bit. Trevor Williams is probably going to be the first guy out of the pen today unless they want him starting the game tomorrow. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch to Young. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left field. That's down the line. That's a base hit towards the corner. Jacob Young delivers. Abrams scores. Young's going to be in a second with a double. Jacob Young delivers, and it's a 1-0 game. Jacob Young with an RBI double. JY got sorted on that swing. That was an inside pitch. He did not barrel that. He got jammed off the end of the bat, and he hits it out to left. He didn't even start running very hard. He thought he may have fouled it off, but Jacob Young got a decent piece on a sword swing and hits it down the left field line for a double, and now it's a 1-0 game. Jacob Young has a huge smile on his face after that. He didn't think it'd go fair. Hit 72 off the bat. Not hit hard at all. Here's the pitch to Vivas, and that's going to be outside ball 1. Kirk's going to challenge again, so we're going to get another challenge here from Alejandro Kirk. After this challenge, we'll get our chant in. So it is a ball. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. This time it clipped the top part of the zone just barely. Just barely in the zone. It's an 0-1 count. Mr. C throwing the emoji in there. All right, everybody.
A-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
So it's an 0-1 here. Overturned to a strike, so it's 0-1 here. The Blue Jays actually succeed on a challenge this time. So 0-1 here. Coming sets you Savage. We don't want to Vivas. Here's the pitch. And Vivas takes a fastball low, ball 1. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Vivas up to the plate here, facing Yasavage. Coming set, here's Yasavage. It'll be a 1-1 to Vivas. Here's the pitch. Vivas swinging a miss on a splitter outside. Once again, he gets the swing and miss on a splitter. So the Nationals actually capitalized. It's 1-0 now. They actually get some runs on the board. Took them a while, and they finally get him there. And it wasn't really a majestic double. Jacob Young got jammed on that. Just kind of pokes it into left, and he gets a double out of it. It'll be a 1-2 to Vivas. Here's the pitch. And Vivas takes a splitter outside, ball 2. So it will be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 2 outs. So 2-2 here with 2 outs. Perk Gambit's here. He says home run time. Yeah, it'd be really nice if Vivas could have a home run right here. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Looking in for a sign is going to be a Savage. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Vivas. Here's the pitch. Vivas swinging a ground ball towards the second baseman. Scheider fields cleanly, fires to first in time over to Okamoto, and that will end the inning for out number 3. But the Nationals get a run on just kind of Jacob Young getting sawed off for a double. If that were the Blue Jays, I'd be kind of upset. Jacob Young gets sawed off for a double, and it's 1-0. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit, and just one man left on base after the Jacob Young double. We're through 4 innings, everybody. Nationals 1, Toronto nothing, right here on District Nation as we go to the top of the 5th. It'll be Jimenez, Schneider, and Panango. So we go. Jimenez will lead it off. Then it's going to be Davis, Schneider, then Panango will hit Schneider, the guy. Once again, AAA guy. Saw him play. Dan's here. What's up, Dan? Dan in the house. He says, what up, District? Thank you so much for tuning in, Big Dan. Happy birthday, Dan. Shout out to Dan. Yesterday was his birthday. Shout out to Dan.
Oh, let's go. Aye, oh, let's go.
Since it was his birthday, he even gets a home run horn. So shout out to Dan for his birthday. So shout out to Big Dan for his birthday. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. So you get a big birthday wish when it's your birthday. Happy birthday, just one day late from District Nation and Watch It Fly Media. So happy birthday, Dan. And thank you so much for tuning in just a day after your big day. Happy birthday to you. And shout out to my brother. It was also his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to my brother as well. He'll get a nice little air horn. But shout out to Dan as well. Thank you, District, he says, Dan. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your birthday weekend with us at District Nation then. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you, Dan. So happy birthday to you. You get some emojis in the chat there. There you go. Happy birthday, Dan. So Zach Littell is going to work here into the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Jimenez, and that's going to be called strike 1 on the lone inside, high and inside corner. So it'll be 0-1 count here. Littell looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-1 Jimenez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on. Hit out to left, but ranging over is Lyle. He's under it, and Dalen Lyle makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Nice catch by Lyle, and there's one down here. Littell working hard, 61 pitches, and he's about to finish up his 2nd time through the order. It'd be really great if he can go scoreless 2 times through the order into the 5th inning. That'd be great. Davis Schneider will come up to the plate now. He's 0-1 with a fly out. Coming set here is Littell. Here's the pitch to Schneider. And Schneider takes a sweeper outside, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. 1-0 here with a 1 out in the top of the 5th. Schneider 0-1. Littell now at 62 pitches. The question has to be, does he have another time through in him? Here's the 1-0, and Schneider takes a slider outside, ball 2. If this guy can realistically give us 6 innings, sky's the limit with the bullpen, because Trevor Williams can work 3. I have seen Trevor Williams work 3 in his life. And if it's not Williams, if Trevor Williams isn't pitching today, it could be something else. Here's the 2-0, and that's going to be called strike 1, and it'll be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with a 1 out. I mean, getting him up now is great. You get another arm in the pen, or at least just another arm in general. Here's the 2-1 to Schneider. That's low ball 3 with a splitter, so it'll be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here. But I can give some updates here on how he's going to work, even if he pitches today. So it'll be a 3-1. Here's the pitch to Schneider. He delivers, and that's going to be swung on and fouled off, so it'll be 3-2. So it's like Max Kranick is getting loose now. So Blake Butera said the team will most likely activate Trevor Williams tomorrow. He'll provide length at the bullpen to start. And Gus Varlin was the move as well. It'll be a 3-2 to Schneider. Here's the pitch. And that is outside, ball 4. Can't get the call. And Schneider will take a walk. Well, if he's done after 5, you can get 1 out of Kranick and then just go Williams for the rest. Or at least get him as long as he can. So runner at first here with 1 out. You're clinging on to a 1-0 lead now. So this is a game. This would be a great win here because you take yet another series and you take a series at home. That would be great to get one right here at home. So runner at first here with 1 out. Coming set is going to be Littell. Here's the first pitch now to Panango at the top of the order, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Hendrik Panango hitting .259. 5 home runs, 20 runs driven in. I mean, only 20 runs driven in. That's a prototypical leadoff hitter. Comes the 0-1 to Panango. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. So 1-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Penango is 1 for 2 on the day. He had a knock back in the third. Having a hard time through his last 7, only hitting 188. Here's the 1-1, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Oh, called strike 2. Wow. That one was way out of the zone. A gift from Lance Barksdale. Wow. That one was nowhere close.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So it's a 1-2 count. That one was up in the zone. That was nowhere close. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a sinker. A little bit outside. Littell gets the strikeout. That's his second on the afternoon. So Zach Littell's doing really well now. Zach Littell gives you a great start now when there's 2 outs. So 2 outs here. And Penango goes down swinging. A leadoff hitter struck out by Zach Littell. That's 2 things that aren't supposed to happen. Zach Littell isn't supposed to strike hitters out, and Penango as a leadoff hitter shouldn't strike out. So to bring up Nathan Lucas, that's a slider upstairs, ball 1, but he is struggling, as we said, in a slump, sub 200 over his fast few. Thank you, Mr. Ump, says, yeah, I mean, Mr. C, you're completely right. Mr. or Mrs. C, that is completely right. Complete courtesy call right there. But I don't know why. We're winning. Here comes the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball, left field, but this one is going to hook and go out of play. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Davis Schneider, the man on at first after his walk. But up to the plate now is Nathan Lucas. He's been one of the better hitters for this team, hitting .284 with 5 home runs, 18 runs driven in through 236 at-bats. This year only 726 career at-bats. That's through about 4 seasons. Here's the 1-1, and Lucas, check swing, did he go? Yes. So it'll be 1-2 counter. They're going to call that a strike, so it'll be 1-2 here. Lucas does not like the call, even if he swung or he didn't go. I think he went anyway. He turned his body and his bat became parallel. I think he went. That is my opinion. So it'll be 1-2 here. Lucas facing Littell. Littell about to throw pitch 75. Littell chucks on the runner. He comes set. It'll be 1-2 to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. Nathan Lucas, in his first season, he hit 192 over just 29 games. And then 22 games in 2024, he hit 303. Then his first full season with Toronto, he had 135 games, a .255 average, and 12 home runs. This year, 74 games, hitting at that .284. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball again. So Lucas working a good AB now. Some good times for him. Good AB. So far, the pitch sequence, slider, splitter, slider, sweeper, sinker. It's time for a fastball right here. Even if Littell doesn't throw hard, just go fastball upstairs right here. The speed will change. It's going to look harder. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch from Littell. He delivers. Swinging a foul ball again. Good foul ball on a sweeper. That's off his foot. He is battling now. He is not going to strike out. He's going to hit anything, even if he has to sacrifice his body to get hurt. He still does not want to strike out. Still working hard. So, a lot of foul balls by Lucas. It'll be a 1-2 with 2 outs. So, Dylan Cruz's OPS is now above 700. Which is really awesome. He's at 706 at 229. That's the first time it's been above 700 for the first time since his 14th career game. He has not been above 700 since then. So 1-2 here with 2 outs. Littell going to throw pitch 78 now. Finally starting to settle in, find his role with this team. And his role? Be a good hitter. Be a good fielder. Littell sets it to be a 1-2 to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Para. Oh my gosh, he went. You can't say that. He went on that one. Look at a replay right here. He went. Yeah, he turned his body completely. Maybe he didn't flick the wrist. It didn't look like he flicked the wrist too much. He may have held that one, but I'm going to stay with my point. I think he went. It'll be a 2-2. Littell's going to go over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Schneider. So we'll keep doing 2-2 here. I mean, they've been inconsistent with that all second half. The Nationals have not had a good share of it when it comes to check swing calls. Littell sets. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. That's way upstairs, ball 3. So it's a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Littell last year had a decent season. Zach Littell. This is kind of a decent season for him, though. I mean, he did well. Zach Littell last year, though, had a good year. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul to 3-2 again. Lucas is still battling. Wow. Had a 3.81 ERA last year, 3.63 in 2024. His best year, though, was 2021 with a 2.92 over 63 games. 2 of them he started. So when he's a bullpen arm, he started his career as a bullpen arm, mostly an innings eater. I want this guy in the bullpen. When he was an innings eater in 2021 with San Francisco, he was good, over 61 2/3. The 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. Littell can't get the call. Should have had that swing call, but instead we got runners on first and second here with 2 outs. I mean, he's at 81 pitches. Now Blake Butera going to come out. So Zach Littell's day is over. He just barely can't get the win. So Littell is not going to get himself a win this time. Sadly, he cannot. He only works 4 2/3. He just barely misses it. At least is he gonna talk it out a little bit? Is Butera going to talk with him? Is he going to take the ball? Littell doesn't want to give up the ball, but he will. So that will end Zach Littell's day at 81 pitches. He works 4 2/3. So Max Kranick will come in to face Kazuma Okamoto. Max Kranick will come into the game here, righty to pitch. So now the question is, are we going to see Williams next inning, or is Kranick going to go more than just this third of inning? So 4 2/3 worked by Zach Littell. He works 4 2/3. He only has 2 strikeouts on the game. Interesting game, though. He had those 2 walks in the inning, so kind of lost it with control. But he had that long battle with Lucas. Remember, he threw pitch 75 to try to put him away. He ended up throwing 81 in the game. So good AB worked by Lucas. He knocked Littell out of this game. So we're going to go to Kranick right here. Panic, because it's Kranick. It's time for Panic Kranick. So we don't know Littell's run total just yet, but it's 0 for now. I mean, a 0-run outing for him. That's good. 3 walks on the day, 2 strikeouts, but he had 4 hits given up. And Max Kranick's going to take over. Panic, it's time for Kranick. Max Kranick, who always gives you a little heart attack when he's on the mound. So he'll take over right here in the top of the 5th. Just try to get something here. I mean, maybe the swings were a makeup call for the strike call, but that was an important one. The strike call wasn't as important, but the ball call or the no swing call, that was important because that's the put away pitch to get us out of the inning. And now Max Kranick has to work with runners at first and second. So Max Kranick is going to take over right here in the top of the 5th. So you got to wonder how long he's going to go. Williams coming in the game could really save this bullpen right here. 4 games from Kranick with a 12.27 ERA over 3 2/3 innings. This year, 3 2/3 innings worked, 5 hits, 5 runs, one of them being a home run. Did not get off to the hottest start you'll ever see. He's settled in a little bit. His past 2 games haven't been terrible. So now, just settle in, get outs. So Littell's day is over after 4 2/3. Just can't get the win. Got to feel bad for an outing like that, where he just narrowly misses the win. But Max Kranick will take over right here. Kranick will step onto the rubber right here. He looks in for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Kazuma Okamoto. Here's the pitch from Kranick, and that's going to be swung on. Belted out to left field, but James Wood is right there. Or that's Lyle who makes the catch for out number 3. Lyle is out and left. So that will end the inning for out number 3. We are through 5, or 4.5 at least, but the Nationals squad has now gotten 15 outs without giving up a run, which is kind of crazy. 2 runners left on base, no hits, so Littell through 4 2/3 does not give up a run. Kranick gets out of it with 1 pitch, so we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th, everybody. It is Nationals 1, Toronto nothing. So we head to the bottom of the 5th right here on District Nation. Good game for Zach Littell. I mean, 4 2/3, he obviously probably has had games where he's thrown more pitches. He had that game against Cleveland where he worked 7 innings, a great outing for him. That was a good outing there. He's had some good outings. He's had some bad outings, obviously. This hasn't been his most electric year, but this outing day, he works 4 2/3 over 81 pitches. Previously, it's taken him 6 innings, and he's about thrown 90 pitches. So he had one of his slower outings because he can throw about around maybe 100 pitches, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, and he's going to work about 6 innings. So 81 pitches gets him through 4 2/3. This time, Kranick takes over. We will see if Williams is going to come out of the pen right here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Smunez, Wood, and Garcia Jr. for the Nationals in the bottom of the 5th. Nasim Nunez first. After the Nationals finally get a run in the 4th inning, they want to get some more here, especially with their best hitter, James Wood, coming to the plate, and he's been on base twice. I mean, there's no reason Savage doesn't stay in the game right here. His pitch count is amazing. Kudos to him that he's kept the pitch count this way through the entire game. Kudos to him, to be honest. Good for him. He'll face Nunez to hit from the left side. The switch hitter, Nunez, to get the bottom of the 5th going right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Thank you so much. So Savage will continue work here to the bottom of the 5th. He'll go into the wind here. First pitch to Nasim Nunez. Savage into the wind. First pitch to Nunez. It's going to be right in there. Called strike 1 with a fastball. It'll be an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here. Bottom 5th. 247 average. 1 home run. 31 runners driven in for Nunez. Savage. Now he can't hear the pitch comm. He's saying he can't hear it. So time is going to be called. Barksdale's going to call time. Yeah, it looks like Kirk's trying to get the pitch comm working and it isn't. So they're trying to signal here, figure out what it is. Kirk used it a couple times. Savage probably going to need a new pitch comm here, so they might switch him out with a fielder. Well, now he can hear it, so he's good to go, so he'll go into the wind here. Looks like he's ready to go. He'll be able to work out of the wind. Savage has his pitch now. He'll go into the wind. Here's the pitch to Nunez. Nunez takes a fastball outside, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. 1-1 here and no one out in the bottom of the 5th. Savage nods. He's got his sign. He'll go into the wind here. The 1-1 to Nunez. Nunez swings and fouls this one back. It'll be a 1-2 count now. Got a decent piece of that one. But it'll be a 1-2. As Nunez up to the plate here. Savage now at 64 pitches. The pitch count is low for being in the 5th inning. He's probably going to have a good outing. I think he's having a good outing pitch count-wise, but he's given up a run, and his support hasn't happened. Here's the 1-2. Nunez takes a splitter outside, ball 2. So it will be a 2-2 count now. Nunez going to try to figure out Savage right here. Nasim Nunez. Now time called here by Nunez. He'll step back in. Just a quick timeout there. 247 average for him. Only 1 home run, 31 runs driven in. Before this had not too many at-bats as Nunez swings through the slider, and that's out number 1. He can't hit it. Nunez getting that first shot as a starter. Starting second baseman. He's playing shortstop in today's game, but that's out number 1 as Nunez goes down swinging for out number 1. He's played 90 games at second base this season and 14 at shortstop. A few of those Abrams has gotten the day off, but otherwise he's been the DH. As James Wood will hit now against Savage. Here's the pitch to Wood. First pitch is going to be low, ball 1 with a slider, so it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 67 pitches for Savage now. James Wood up to the plate, the big lefty with a whole lot of pop hiding. Here's the pitch, and Wood takes a fastball low, called strike 1. So it will be a 1-1 count. That one clipped, looking at the replay there. So it will be a 1-1 here. 94 on the fastball. Savage will go into the wind. Here's the 1-1 to James Wood. Wood swinging a fly ball left field. That one will hook foul. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. James Wood, 271 average. 30 home runs, recently entered in the 30 home run club. He is the 5th member in, and this is his 2nd time in a row being in the 30 home run club. 31 back in 2025. That's crazy. He played 157 games last year, hit 31. He has 30 this year in just 109 games. Guy was hit leadoff every game this season. Here's the 1-2. Wood takes a slider low and inside, ball 2. So to be a 2-2 count now. Drafted out of high school, James Wood started his career at St. John's High School, then went to IMG Academy in Florida. Now he's with the Nationals after being drafted by the Padres. Here's the 2-2 to Wood. Swinging a fly ball, left field, sliding catch by the left fielder Penango for out number 2. Wood roasted one to left field, but Penango comes in and make a sliding catch for out number 2, and there's 2 outs now. Nice play by Penango. Comes in, makes a sliding catch for out number 2, and there's 2 outs. James Wood lines out to left field. That's more of a liner. I'd say that's more of a liner, so there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr., his 3rd time up against Savage. Pitch to Garcia. He's going to show bunt, and he takes back a splitter, so it'll be a 1-0 count. He doesn't he takes it back just in time. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 game here. Nationals hold a 1-run lead in a game that only 1 run has been scored. He's savage in the line. Here's the pitch to Garcia. Garcia swings and grounds this one to the first baseman, Okamoto. Flips it up to Yesavage, covering in time for out number 3. And ladies and gentlemen, we're through 5. So the Washington Nationals and Blue Jays are through 5 innings in a pitcher's duel right here. The Nationals go down 1-2-3 in a 1-0 game. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. 1-0 as we are through 5. Nationals just hold a 1-run lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning. This is the type of game you want to watch. Absolutely nothing happening. Slow here. So here we go to the top of the 6th. We're through 5. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Looks like we're already at 27 likes on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much. So here we go. Top 6. It'll be George Springer, Alejandro Kirk, and Dalton Varsho. You got to wonder who's going to come out of the bullpen now. Are they going to stick with Kranick right here, or do they go to Williams? You got to wonder. I actually am curious right here. Are they going to go to Trevor Williams as we get going for the top of the 6th? If they really want length out of the pen, they might as well start him now in the 6th inning or get 1 inning out of Kranick, so possibly Williams can finish off the game if he has a good game. In this bullpen, I don't really trust anyone in this bullpen to hold a 1-run lead. There's not too many guys in a Nationals bullpen that I'm trusting with a 1-run lead. I don't think there's anyone, really, that I'm trusting with a lead like that. I am nervous when we have a lead like that, and Kranick is going to stay out here, Max Kranick. Going to continue work here to the top of the 6th. So here we go, Max Kranick going to continue his work. He's going to face George Springer to get it going. Well, if they do this with Kranick, then that means they're going to have probably 3 righties pitching this game. Littell, Kranick, and then Williams probably. Or they use Williams tomorrow because there's no arm up right now. Kranick looks in for a sign. He comes set. It's camp day at Nationals Park today, so a lot of camps around the stadium. The pitch to Springer's way outside. Ball 1 with a fastball way out of the zone, and it will be a 1-0 count.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So it'll be 1-0 here. That one nowhere near the zone. Pitch to Springer is low ball to the slider, so it'd be a 2-0 count now. Nice to see Conley early talking to the starters. Jake Irvin back here in D.C., so Jake Irvin could be activated soon. Jake Irvin back in Washington, D.C., hanging out with another injured buddy in Kranick as Springer fouls this one off. Jake Irvin, I didn't even notice that. Jake Irvin is back in a National shirt and pants, and not a jersey yet, but he's supposed to be rehabbing. So is Jake Irvin back? Is this guy realistically back? Jake Irvin could actually be back tomorrow. He could make a start. Kranick's 2-1 is going to be outside, ball through with a slider he can't hit. So it'll be 3-1 here to Springer. It would be really, really nice to see Jake Irvin get to that point. Right back with a big team. Kranick comes set. It would be a 3-1 to Springer. Here's the pitch from Kranick. And that one's going to be upstairs. Ball 4. Springer takes a walk. So George Springer takes a walk. There's runner at first here with no one out in the top of the 6th. Runner at first here. That'll bring up Alejandro Kirk. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He had that single where he wasn't able to score after a double from Dalton Varsho. He probably should have scored on that. Still going to live and die by that fact. I think he should have scored on that. But he didn't. Here's Alejandro Kirk will hit here. Here's the pitch to Kirk. And that's going to be swung on, grounded up the first base line. Kranick makes the play. All he can do is go to first with it in time for out number 1. Kranick didn't really have time. Springer actually decently fast, so kind of tough to get him. But a 1-3 that's good enough. Get out number 1. Get started quickly. So I'm going to bring up Dalton Varsho right here with a runner at second and 1 out. The lefty right here to face Max Kranick. Here in the top of the 6th game, Kranick now at 7 pitches, had a 1 pitch to finish off the 5th. He had a 1 pitch inning. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, called, strike 1 with a curveball, bottom part of the zone. Flicked that curveball right in there. So it'll be 0-1 here. Kranick looks in for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Comes the 0-1 of our show. The pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball one with a fastball, so it will be a 1-1 count. Nowhere near with that one. So it'll be 1-1 here. Kranick, that's the thing you've seen. A little control problem, but he figures it out. That's the thing. The 29-year-old can figure it out, and he has settled in through his last few outings. He throws gas, too. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. This one is to the shallow outfield. Ranging back is Vivas and Nunez. Vivas under it. And Vivas makes the catch, round number 2, almost toppling over on it. Springer's going to stay at second. Vivas was kind of backtracking the entire time, and he stumbles back as he makes the catch, round number 2. Almost fell over, but he does make the catch, almost topples. He kind of keeps himself up with his arms. So there's 2 outs now. Vivas makes a play that's probably not going to be on SportsCenter tonight. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Ernie Clement. Clement will come up to the plate right here. Ernie Clement's 0 for 2. The pitch is outside, ball 1 with a slider. Once again, he can't hit that one. Way out of the zone, so it'll be a 1-0 count. So then you'll notice that Kranick's going to throw a lot of balls, but he's like Alvarez, where early on, Alvarez was throwing a lot of balls, but he was strategic with it. Alvarez was a good bullpen arm. Here's the 1-0 from Kranick. And that's going to be called. Strike 1 on the high and inside corner. So it'll be a 1-1. Looks like Carson Palmquist and Eddie Yean are getting warm. So we're probably not going to see Williams in this game. That's an interesting move here. They had said they're going to want Williams to be a bullpen arm. I'd say use him today, but I guess they're not. Kranick sets. Here's the 1-1 to Clement. And that's going to be swung on. Hit out to left field. Going back is Lyle. Onto the track. Sliding catch, and he dropped it. He dropped it. It's going to tie the game. Oh, my gosh. Dalen Lyle almost has a web gem, but we're tied at 1. There's the bullpen. We know this game is tied. There we go. Welcome back, Nationals bullpen. It's been a while since we last saw you. Dalen Lyle almost makes a sliding play, and he can't get it. And the Blue Jays fans are being annoying by pointing, saying, oh, it's fair, and making fun of him as he drops it. I mean, grown man playing in left while they're sitting in the stands, but 1-1 game here. Blue Jays fans going nuts over Lyle. Just barely, almost made the play of the year. That could have been the play of the year. So that pitch is going to be inside ball 1, but immediately Harry Ford goes to his head to challenge. So check here. Here's the pitch. And it is a strike. So that one clips. And the Washington Nationals just succeeded on a challenge. Let's go. So 0-1 here with 2 outs to Harry Ford for challenging that.
Thank you!
So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Kranick. The pitch is low and inside. Ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. They're probably going to give credit for a hit. Yeah, forgot it's getaway day. What's up, Dre? Thank you so much for tuning in. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Kranick. I mean, that was tough right there. Just a hard play to make. Here's the 1-1, and Jimenez takes the fastball upstairs, ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Almost a web gem by Lyle, but now we're tied and facing a good bullpen. So now you got to score runs on you, Savage. It's got to be on you, Savage, too. Here's the 2-1 Jimenez. Inside it, ran inside, and it hits him. Jimenez takes a pitch inside, it hits him in the shoulder, and now there's runners at first and second with 2 outs. Get him out of the game. Get him out of the game. But the performance this is, that one hits him in the arm. Jimenez, ooh, if it didn't even hit the elbow guard, it hit him square on the arm. So Kranick showing that he can't pitch after giving up a double. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Buterra's got to do the walk now. So now Blake Buterra is going to make the call here. He's going to call a timeout. So Blake Buterra is going to get Kranick out of this game. He's going to make the call. It looks like it's going to be the righty, Eddie Yean. So Eddie Yean's going to come into the game right here. They're going to go to Eddie Yean to try to hold this tie. Not really a lead anymore, but Max Kranick is taken out of the game after a tough outing. So Max Kranick ends up working a full inning of work. He gives up, in the end, he only gives up 1 hit, really. But he lets on 2 free passes, including a walk and a hit by a pitch. No strikeouts. His run total for now was 1, but it can be more. Can be more with Clement at second. So runners are going to be at first and second for Eddie Yean to take over for the Washington Nationals. Eddie Yean, a good bullpen arm right here. You just got to hold the lead here, Yean. Or hold the tie. It's not even a lead anymore. So runners at first and second here with 2 outs and a run scored in the inning already. Dalen Lyle almost makes the play of the year to tie the game, but the Blue Jays fans, man, they're acting like it was a great hit. Lyle almost made that play. He had it in his glove, and it pops out. So, tied at 1 here in D.C. for this matinee game. Man, just unfortunate right there. Not a good choice right there. So, here we go to 2 outs now. Let's go. We just got to get this right here. So we go runners at first and second with 2 outs. You just got to get out of this situation right here. Get anything right here. Schneider and then Panango will hit if they get it. But right now, just focus on Schneider. Get Schneider out. Eddie Yeen will try to do it right here. Eddie Yeen, probably one of this bullpen's better arms. Yeen and Cosgrove are probably your better arms right here. Eddie Yeen, an ERA of 2.35 now. He struggled in his last game, so really a chance now for him to figure it out. Real chance for him to just do some damage. A 2.35 over 4 games. 1 game started. That was his last outing, was a start. 7 2/3 innings worked to the big league level. Yeen, a hard thrower, and he has a sidearm angle, so he's going to bring you an interesting look. He's going to give you a very different look. Yeen looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here's the first pitch to Schneider. Yeen set at the belt. He throws gas. Here's the first pitch to Schneider, and that's going to be a sinker up and in, ball 1 at 93 miles an hour. It'll be a 1-0 count. Sinker changeup slider is going to bring you. Sinker's a hard pitch, though. That sinker has some speed on it when he wants it to. Yeen comes set. The 1-0 to Schneider. Here's the pitch from Yeen. In there, called. Strike 1 with a sinker on the outside corner. So to be a 1-1 count now. Eddie Yeen wears Corbin's old number, number 46. Clips his own that time, so to be 1-1 here. So to be 1-1, Yeen sets. Here's the pitch to Schneider. He delivers. And this one is going to be outside, ball 2 with a slider, so we'll be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. 2-1 here. Yeen just trying to get this out right here. It's very important that they can get an out right here. Yeen looks in for his sign. He comes set right here to be a 2-1 to Schneider. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be swung on and fouled off. And it'll be a 2-2 now. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Yeen went to the sinker that time. He just fouls it off. Go back to the sinker up. Go gas right here, Yeen. Eddie Yeen was called up, then sent down after his MLB debut, then gets the call right back up, and it looks like for now he's here to stay. As Yeen sets, it'll be a 2-2 to Schneider. He waits, watching the runners at first and second. Yeen set low towards the belt. It'll be a 2-2 to Schneider. Here's the pitch. Outside and low, ball 3. That time with a fastball at 95, so some gas there. 95 miles an hour, ramping up the velo. We'll do 3-2 now. Really important thing is you don't walk them right here. You do not want to walk them. Yeen comes set. It would be a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Schneider. He delivers. Swinging a ground ball. This is towards the shortstop, Nunez, and he bobbles it. He fires it to first now. Not in time. Nunez makes an error at short, and the bases are loaded. Nunez had an easy ground ball, and he ends up bobbling it, and the bases are loaded now with 2 outs for the top of the order, and Panango will come to the plate. Nunez got an easy grounder, and he tries to come up with it, and he bobbles it, fired it over to first, and it was offline. Garcia tried to swipe the tag, but hustling was Schneider. Nunez just couldn't come up with it. So this one will probably be called an error right here. The bases are loaded now for Panango. Here's the pitch from Yeen, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1. They're going to give an error E6 on that ground ball. That was an easy play for the shortstop, Nunez, too. That was an easy play. Just couldn't come up with it. Here comes the 0-1, and that's going to be low, ball 1 with a sinker, so to be a 1-1 count. Schneider reaches on an air. Everyone moves up a bag. Yeen getting out of this situation would be great right here, though. Just get out of it. It'll be 1-1. Yeen looks in for his sign. He comes set. He waits. Now the 1-1 to Panango. Here's the pitch. And that's outside, ball 2, so it will be a 2-1 count. Yeah, you know, Nunez does well at second. Nunez does a decently at second. It's just shortstop. I don't think that maybe we need to find a good backup shortstop, maybe besides Nunez. Just let him start at second. Yin sets. Here's the 2-1 to Penango. And that's going to be swung on and fouled off. It'll be a 2-2 count. I mean, this year, at the second base position, he has made 9 errors, 4 at shortstop, and that's in 14 games. In 90 games, he's made 9. Yeah, on the season total, he has 13 errors, but the percentages show he is not good at shortstop. Here's the 2-2 to Penango. Swinging a ground ball. Diving stop by Vivas. Comes up with it. Fires it to first. In time for out number 3. What a play by Jorbit Vivas for out number 3. He saves Eddie Yin from giving up any more runs. Vivas makes a diving play for out number 3. What a play by Jorbit Vivas to save it from getting any worse right there. Jorbit diving and making an amazing play. Dove to his left, made the play, threw it over to first in time. So 3 runners stranded on base, 1 run in the inning. It was earned an error for Jorbit Vivas, and really only 1 hit, just errors and walks compiled and hit by pitches. Free passes the Nationals gave out. So Kranick ends up giving up a run in his outing. Yin so far scoreless. So 1 more for the Blue Jays. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. It's now tied. Blue Jays 1, Nationals 1 right here on District Nation. Now what you want to see in a game where the Nationals were holding that 1-run lead. Now they just can't hold it. But Nunez, the fielding percent. He has 88 innings at the position of shortstop. He already has 4 errors. And that's in 44 chances. That's a 909%. He is a 978 when playing second base. I think realistically, they got to send him over to just play second. I think next game, we should try Vivas at short. I think realistically, they should try Vivas at short, someone else, because Nunez is not as good of a fielder at shortstop. He's a 909 fielder and a 978 fielder at the position of second. He's a surefire second baseman, but he is a guy who gets you a little nervous. He only makes the play about 9 out of 10 times over at shortstop. I think realistically, we should try someone else there. Maybe try Vivas. Vivas hasn't played there, but maybe try him. Just see what happens. Of course, Nunez has the experience. He came here as a shortstop, but now he's playing significantly better at the second base position. He's earned his role there. Don't have him play the backup as shortstop. So now Brady Howe's going to get it going against Trey Savage right here. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch from Savage, and that is a pitch upstairs, ball 1 with a fastball, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Brady House is 0 for 2 on the day. Average has fallen to 237. 26 runs driven in. OPS sub 700 at 699. The pitch to House. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says home plate umpire Barksdale. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Interesting call right there, saying he went. So it'll be 1-1. Savage looks in for his sign. He will now go into the wind here. Here comes the 1-1 House. House takes a slider upstairs, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-1 count. I think they're going to leave him in at least to face Brady House. They're going to want a righty to face House. They've seen the numbers. They know he can't hit a righty. Here comes the 2-1 House. Here's the pitch. House swinging, he's jammed, and that one is fouled off, so 2-2. It's a jam shot on the inside corner. Brady House back in the first, though, almost got it out of here. He sent a ball to deep center. Varsho, the center fielder, makes it a spectacular catch, robbing House of a home run. The 2-2 to House, swinging a line drive center field, going back to the center fielder, Varsho, and he makes a catch again. Varsho going back, falls over, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Dalton Varsho, what is your beef with Brady House? Give him a base hit, please. Stop robbing him. Brady House roasted one to center. Going back is Varsho, and this time he falls over. He falls onto his back as he's running back, kind of tripped over his own feet. Falls back and makes the catch for out number 1. Varsho, oh my gosh. Let Brady House have a hit. Jeez, man, the pitch to Abrams is going to be called. Strike 1 on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. Abrams is 0 for 1 the day with a run. Led off the 4th with a walk that turned into a run from a Jacob Young double. Comes the 0-1 from Savage. Abrams takes the fastball upstairs, ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 1 out. Abrams, 27 home runs, 82 runs driven in. Here's the pitch. Abrams swinging a miss on a slider in the dirt. It'll be a 1-2 count now. If he works 6, that is really bad because they have Rodgers for the 7th, Hoffman for the 8th, and Varland for the 9th. That is a 3-headed monster, and you're not touching that. You savage into the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams swinging a chopper, foul to 1-2 again. He fouls off that slider. 1-2 here, the 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 game. Blue Jays and Nationals. Abrams gets up to the plate here. It'll be 1-2 again. Yes, savage. We'll go into the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Abrams. Abrams swinging a ground ball. This is towards the second baseman. Snyder, he fields cleanly, fires to first in time for out number 2. So Abrams is going to ground out, and there's 2 away now. So now it looks like Disney's warming up in the bullpen. Orlando Ribalta is warming up in the bullpen, probably for the 7th. I mean, with the way this is going, it would be a lot better if we actually had Williams go out, because Williams, chances are, is still going to give up that run, but he'd be able to give us a couple more innings now. So 2 outs, and Harry Ford up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and Ford takes a splitter inside, ball 1. It is a 1-0 count. Harry Ford, a guy who draws walks very well. That's something you'll see from him. He's going to draw walks, the 5'10", 200 hitter. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a slider in there, called strike 1. I think a lot of people may say drawing walks in baseball shouldn't be that hard. You just got to look at 4 balls in it that aren't in the zone. Most pitchers are in the zone, though. That's the thing. Most pitchers are going to be heavily in the zone. Here comes the 1-1 to Ford. That is outside, ball 2. Just a bit outside, and that's for real that time. Just barely couldn't clip, so 2-1 here with 2 outs. Yes, savage. Looks in for his sign. He'll go into his wind right here. Here's the 2-1 to Ford. Ford swinging a grounder. This is to the third baseman, though. He fires it to first to Okamoto in time for out number 2. Good play by the third baseman, Clement, for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So the Nationals go down 1-2-3. So that will end 6, everybody. We are through 6 innings. We are knotted all at 1. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base that time. Went to the 7th. Blue Jays 1, Nationals 1, right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit, everybody. Channel is growing. We're becoming a bigger channel. About to hit 800 subscribers as well. Coming up on the number, everybody. Really excited to hit that. Interesting, they're going to go to Ribalta right here, but be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit, as we are a growing channel, getting closer and closer to 800 every day. We hit 500 recently, too. We hit it just this summer. We're completely growing. The channel is getting faster and bigger every single day. So be sure to subscribe, everybody. Help out the channel just a little bit, because it's getting big. Nationals, Commanders, Wizards, YouTube's home of DC Sports is right here in studio at District Nation. This is not the real studio. This is a background, but I just really like the background in general. We also have a Wizards one and a Commanders one, which is really cool for when we start calling those games. But this one is just cool. I mean, those. Land of the free because of the brave. That is an awesome quote. You got all the bobbleheads above. Those are not real bobbleheads, obviously. I have the hats that are above there. That hat that's right there, and then that hat that's over there. I have those 2 hats. Those aren't real. But I think it's cool that we have them. So here we go to the top of the 7th, everybody. Just coming up on the 7th inning stretch right here. Let's go. Just gained another sub. We're up to 766 subs. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Be sure to hang out in the chat, everybody. It is completely free to join in the chat, but if you want to help out the channel, you can join District Nation or District Super Nation. So here we go to the top of the 7th. So Disney's going to take over. Orlando Ribalta will take over for the Nationals. Will take over in the 7th. So Ribalta is going to take over after Yeen gets out of that sticky situation. Ribalta will take over for the 7th. Yeen ends up only working technically a third of an inning. Ribalta will take over right here. He'll face Lucas, Okamoto, and Springer. Okamoto and Springer. Here's the first pitch from Ribalta. Excuse me, he's still warming up. 33 games, an 0-1 record, 9 holds with a 3.52 ERA. Honestly, if we're being completely honest right here, he has probably been our best arm out of the pen. If we're talking completely serious, I mean 3.52 ERA. He's been consistent, probably not a great closer. Not a guy who's going to give you 50 saves a year, but he's been consistent. He goes out there. He gets outs. Ribalta comes set. Here's first pitch now to Nathan Lucas. Here's Ribalta's pitch. And that is outside, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. 1-0 here. with no outs to get the top of the 7th going. Be sure to stick with us. We'll have 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Nationals edition. Coming set is Ribalta. Comes the 1-0 Lucas. The pitch. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 2. So it is a 2-0 count now. Thank you for choosing District Nation as well for tuning in to today's broadcast. It'll be a 2-0. 2-0 here with no outs in the top of the 7th. Ribalta sets. Here's the 2-0 to Lucas. The pitch. And Lucas takes a fastball. Called strike 1 down low. And it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with no one out. Top 7. Disney. Let's hope the Nats can get some runs in the bottom half. Yes, exactly, Mr. C. They really need runs right here. Runs are important. It'll be a 2-1. Here's a pitch to Lucas. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back is Wood, but he's under it in the gap. And he makes the catch for out number 1. James Wood gets the out, and there's one down here in the top of the 7th. So what you need sometimes, just get the out. That's all you need, just get the out. So there's one down here in the top of the 7th. Lucas flies out. Ribalta gets the out. Ribalta served to the setup man last night for Clayton Beater. He was his 8th inning guy, so he comes in here in the 7th, though. Ribalta looks in for a sign. He comes set right here. Here comes the first pitch to Kazuma Okamoto. Here's the pitch from Ribalta, and that's going to be swung on, hit out to left field. That's going to dump in for a base hit in front of Dalen Laus. There's a runner at first here with one out. Little bloop hit for Okamoto right there. Just bloops it out to left, so runner at first here with one out. That'll bring up George Springer. Springer will come up to the plate. So George Springer on base with a runner at first. He's dangerous when he has runners on. He can really rake. It's like there's a Potomac Nats hat in the stands. Let's go. Oh, my reference. Potomac Nationals. Now to the Fred Nats. Pitches inside, ball 1 with a sinker, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Oh, Potomac Nationals, though, that field was one of the oldest and most broken down minor league facilities in the country, but that was a well-loved stadium, though. I had been there. I have not been to Fred Nats just yet. I don't think I've been to any current Nationals minor league affiliates, so that pitch is in there with a slider, so it'll be a 1-1 count. But I've been to a ton of Nationals games. So 1-1, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Disney looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Springer. Here's the pitch from Ribalta. He delivers. And that's going to be swung on and missed on a changeup, and it's a 1-2 count. He pulls the string on a changeup. Had Springer out in front by a lot. He fell to a knee on that one. So 1-2 here. Good pitch by Disney right there. So 1-2 here. Springer up to the plate, hitting .233, 12 home runs, 33 runs driven in. Ribalta comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Springer. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup inside. Ribalta says, here's a chair. So that's out number 2. Tells him to sit down right there. So there's 2 outs now. Goes to the low changeup, and Springer just can't hit it at all. And there's 2 outs now. Good job there. Pulling the string. Sam is here. What's up, Sam? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sam is in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in, Sam. I appreciate it. Throwing his ego in the chat. Ribalta sets. Here's the pitch to Alejandro Kirk now. He's in the 5 hole, and that sinker is going to be low ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count now. Ribalta, nice changeup right there. That one got Springer swinging. That was dirty right there. It'll be a 1-0. Ribalta comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Alejandro Kirk. Here's the pitch from Disney. He delivers, and that's going to be in there. Called. Strike 1 with a slider. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Alejandro Kirk will now take a timeout. So he'll figure this one out real quickly. Just take a timeout. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the 7th. Kirk up to the plate facing Disney. Disney looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. It'll be a 1-1 to Kirk. Ribalta sets and delivers. Here comes the 1-1. Kirk takes a slider low and away, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 now. It's not just Kirk running. There's a fast runner with Okamoto. Decently fast guy there. So not any ground ball is just going to get the out. Especially at second or any base hits. Probably going to move Okamoto to third. It's not this situation where Kirk's not going anywhere because he's the first runner. Be a 2-1. Ribalta goes to the plate. And that's going to be inside, ball 3 with a sinker. So it will be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Can't get the call that time. 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Rebalta comes set. Here's the 3-1 to Kirk. He delivers, and that's going to be a slider in there, called strike 2. So it is a 3-2 count. Nice afternoon game here. Nice, easy afternoon game right here on District Nation. I mean, it's an exciting one, though. 1-1 for this series finale as well. This is the rubber match, and this is an important series for the Nats. Kind of a bounce-back situation for the Blue Jays. The 3-2, swinging a pop-up. Out to right, going out is Vivas. Coming in is Young. Going out, Vivas can't make the catch. Wood's going to have to grab it. Moving up to third easily is Okamoto. They're going to throw this one in towards Garcia at first. Alejandro Kirk bloops a hit out to right field. And now there's runners on the corners here with 2 outs. Kirk able to bloop a hit out there to right field, and there's runners on the corners now. Rebalta throws a breaking ball in there, and Kirk just barely bloops it out to the outfield. So here you go. Bloops here on first and third. Vivas just can't make the catch. So there's runners on the corners. Now we're going to get a mound visit right here. Simon Matthews going to talk. Oh, my goodness. Let's go, Jays. What's up, Trey? Thank you so much for tuning back in. Trey, you savage in the house. In between innings, he's pulling up to a YouTube channel. In between innings, Trey, you savage is tuning into District Nation to get our feedback on the channel. He's definitely the real Trey, you savage. So now runners at first and third. Vivas almost makes a great play on that too, but Vivas probably wanted the play too. He wanted to try to make the catch, but he couldn't. I think that's more Wood's ball or Young's ball. Vivas made a good play, though. He got out there. So runners at first and third here with 2 outs. Rebalta facing Varsho right here. Rebalta comes set. Here's the pitch to Varsho. And that's going to be called. Strike 1 in the outside corner. It'll be no 1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs. Rebalta comes set. Disney goes to the plate right here. Here comes the 0-1 to Varsho. And Varsho swings and fouls this one back. It'll be an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Rebalta now at 17 pitches to try to complete this inning. Getting the out right on this pitch would be nice. Disney comes set. It'll be an 0-2 here to Varsho. Disney waits. Now here comes the 0-2 to Varsho. Swinging a foul ball. We'll do 0-2 again right here. So if anyone's a Nats fan here, they probably remember that tough stretch of games with the Phillies. I think people are going to remember that. I wanted to talk about that for a little while. This is a guy who was kind of a front runner to being a part of it. Orlando Rebalta, right here, is on the mound, was kind of in the middle of all that with all those blown saves, and it was just really tough. As now Harry Ford will come out, call a play right here on what they're doing if the runner goes. So 0-2 here with 2 outs on the top of the 7th. A strikeout here would be huge. I don't think of all people Alejandro Kirk is trying to run. Coming set here is going to be Rebalta. It'll be 0-2 to Varsho. Here's the pitch from Rebalta. Swinging a ground ball to the third baseman House. He grabs it, and he can't get it. He can't get it. He can't get it. He missed it. Oh, my gosh. Brady House missed it, and Okamoto scores. Kirk to second, and now runners at first and second here with 2 outs. On a ground ball that Brady House surely should have made the play. That is an easy play right there. Ground ball, not hit too hard. And Brady House should have made the play. Ground ball, Brady House goes to get it, and he kind of overruns it and can't get it. It's a fair ball. Brady House can't make the play, and they're going to give him a single now. So here's pitch to Clement now, and he fouls this one back. It's no 1 count. Another misplay. Brady House the one to do it this time. So now there's runners at first and second, and a run's going to score on what they're giving an infield hit. Another defensive miscue. This time it's Brady House. Here's the pitch to Clement. Swinging a fly ball. Going out to right, but Vivas is there now on the infield. He makes the catch just to step onto the outfield, settle in the inning. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. Even for this matinee game, it's time to stretch. So, everybody, Dalen Lau will be coming up for the Nationals right here, but time for the 7th inning stretch. 3 hits in the inning, 1 run. It was earned, and 2 runners left on base. I think it should be unearned, but we're going to head to the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back, everybody, for the bottom of the 7th. Dalen Lau is going to lead off. Then it'll be Jacob Young and Jorbit Vivas. Trey Savage back out here for the 7th. But that means if he gets through this right here, it's Rogers for the 8th and Louis Varland for the 9th, which is not a good combo for the Nationals right here, who haven't had a comeback win this year. Here's the pitch to Lyle. That's going to be low ball 1. I mean, they had that one outing where they were losing 6-3 in the 8th, and they ended up winning 9-6. But they haven't won a game. I think they said they're 1-43 when this team is trailing in the 9th. The 1-0 to Lyle. Swinging a fly ball foul would be a 1-1 count. Your best chance is to score right here because Tyler Rogers is currently warming up in the bullpen. A side armor who chances are you're not hitting. It'll be a 1-1 here. Here's the pitch to Dalen Lyle. Lyle swinging a fly ball. Center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit in front of the center fielder of our show. There's a runner at first here with no outs. Dalen Lyle delivers, and now runner at first here with no outs. Dalen Lyle has not had a great streak here of games, but he gets a hit off of Savage. Where Savage throws pitch number 90. So that'll bring up Jacob Young right here, the only RBI of the game. That little bloop double. On base percentage. He's on base 480 this month. Curly W's here. What's up, Curly W? Says, I miss Mead. Yeah. You got to miss Mead sometimes. So, no outs here. That'll bring up Jacob Young. He's going to show bunt. He gets it down the third base line. Third baseman grabs it. Fires to first in time. For out number 1, Jacob Young lays down a stellar sac bunt to move Lyle to second. So, 5-3 on the sac bunt. So, now there's a runner at second with 1 out. And that'll bring up Jorbit Vivas. Tie the game right here would be great. Just get it tied, even if you're not going to take the lead. Let's go. Up to 767 subscribers. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers who have subscribed today. So now Kirk will come out and pay a visit to Savage right here. Just make sure he's okay. So Jorbit Vivas will come to the plate now. I mean, when's the time when you start throwing in other hitters? I think if you want to pinch hit someone, maybe well, you can't really use someone because Harry Ford's the catcher. I would say pinch hit K-Bear, but then you got to throw in someone like Chaparro or Tenna into the game wherever that player is playing. In that case, I just want to see Chaparro or Tenna get the AB. So here we go, everybody. Bottom of the 7th here with 1 out. And Jorbit Vivas will face Savage. Vivas is over 2 on the day. Here's the pitch to Vivas. First pitch is outside. Ball 1 with a fastball. Low and away, so it will be a 1-0 count. That one nowhere near the zone. Looking at the replay, no reason for an ABS. Coming set is going to be Savage. It'll be a 1-0 to Vivas. Here's the pitch. Jorbit swings and fouls this one off. It'll be a 1-1 count. Just a base hit here for Vivas would be nice. Anything right here. Just put the ball in play. Gets in to move loud to third and maybe not even get out. If Vivas could get on base, that'd be great. Savage sets. Here's the 1-1 of Vivas. He swings and taps this one foul off his legs, so to be a 1-2 count. Lau stands a second, not too fast, but he's got some wheels to maybe, probably not going to steal third, but he's got wheels to score on a single. Jorbeat's hitting .237 on the year with only a .656 OPS. .321 on base percentage, though. 46 hits, 3 of those home runs, 18 runs driven in. No stolen bases just yet. So 1-2 here with 1 out. Savage looking in for his sign. He will now come set after he wipes off some sweat. Vivas now steps up. Kirk goes to the pitch comm system. He taps the signal. Now, Savage comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Vivas. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Vivas working a good AB right here. Anything right here would be great. Just get the out. So 1-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 game. Let's go. We're up to 768 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for these new subscribers, for subscribing. And if you are a current subscriber just tuning in, thank you so much. So, Savage looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. It'll be another 1-2 to Vivas. Here's the pitch to Jorbeat. Vivas takes a fastball upstairs, ball 2. No reason to swing at that one. So it will be a 2-2 count. No reason to hack there. Good job by Vivas just to lay off. So it'll be 2-2. Savage comes set. 2-2 coming to Vivas right here. Here's the pitch. And Vivas swinging a miss at a pitch in the dirt. And he's down swinging for out number 2. And he's tagged out by Kirk after he dropped the ball, pitch in the dirt. So that's out number 2. The last hope for the Nationals here in the bottom of the 7th will be Nasim Nunez. I mean, taking this win would be huge. Just getting this win, you'd really need it right here. Vivas swings at a pitch in the dirt, and there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up, oh, wow, Schneider is going to come out now. He's going to make the call. So Schneider is going to take out Savage. Tyler Rogers is going to come into the game right here. So Savage's day is over after 6 2/3. Good game by Savage. Rogers will take over right here. 3 hits given up. 1 run. It was earned. He didn't walk too many guys. He had 3 walks. Didn't have too many strikeouts, though, either. So he ended up with 4 strikeouts as well. So good job by Savage striking out some hitters. But he had a good outing, which is not great for the Nats. Savage gives a good outing. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 run, 3 hits. So Tyler Rogers, a submarine pitcher, will take over right here. Tough to hit Tyler Rogers. It is tough to hit him. But now they're going to have to go to a different 8th inning guy because Hoffman is gone 2 days in a row. Chances are Hoffman is not coming out again for an 8th inning outing. I don't think they'd go to him again 3 days in a row. He has been a decent setup man for this Blue Jays team. I mean, he's not unhittable, though. 4.11 ERA over 49 games. He hasn't been untouchable. He's 33 now. He's getting up there in age. But Louis Varland is the guy you don't want to see. It is really hard to hit Louis Varland. It's very close to impossible to hit him. At one point in the season, he had a .2 ERA at one point. That's crazy. He had so little. That means over 9 innings, he's not giving up 1 run. That's more over 20-some innings he'd give up a run. At one point in the season, he had a 0 ERA until April 25th, and then it just kept going down from there. On June 7th, he had a .26 ERA. That guy is a very good reliever. It is hard to get to Louis Varland. He has been one of the best relievers in baseball, in my opinion. One of the best pitchers in baseball. So here we go. Runner at second here with 2 outs. For the bottom of the 7th. Come on right here. Nasim Nunez will hit with a runner at second and 2 outs. Nunez got to... he got to Louis Varland. He got a base knock off of Varland, but Tyler Rogers will take over with a 1.51 ERA over 49 games, a 1-2 record, 22 holds. He'll drop down. First pitch to Nunez is in there, called strike 1 with a sinker. How does an arm angle like that sink? Man, good arm right here. Rogers looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nasim takes a sinker upstairs, ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count. It is very hard to hit this submarine pitcher right here. Very difficult. Drops his arm angle. Almost, he's basically He's complete submarine. Here's the pitch, and Nunez swings and fouls off that slider outside at 73. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Kudos to him. He found a way to be effective without throwing hard. He's a twig in the big leagues. Nunez getting on base here would be big. You can have James Wood up, 2 runners on and 2 outs. That'd be huge. Rogers comes set. It'd be a 1-2 to Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nunez takes a sinker inside, ball 2. And wow, Kirk's going to challenge right here. He thought that was there. We'll get another look at this one. That did not look like it was there. So we'll get another look at this. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. That one is off by a lot. That one is nowhere near. And the Blue Jays are out of challenges. That one is inside. They don't even have a number. It's probably more than 2 inches. That one makes the Blue Jays lose their challenges. Rogers comes set. Now time called by Nunez here just to focus up. Nunez can redeem himself for those errors, though. That'd be nice. He's taking a break from having viewed multiple screens. Wow. So 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Rogers comes set. It'd be a 2-2 to Nunez. He drops down, goes to the plate, swinging a ground ball backside. Third baseman makes the play, fires it to first in time for out number 1, and Nunez is down. Third baseman Clement played a little bit towards the hole, makes the play, fired it to first in time for out number 3. So 1 hit in the inning, 1 runner left on base. We are through 7, everybody. The Blue Jays now have the lead at 2-1. So out of the 8th, it'll be Jimenez, Schneider, and Penango to hit for the Blue Jays in the top of the 8th. Now what arm do you go to? I mean, Rabalta worked an inning. Yeen already worked a third of an inning, but he can't go back out. So he can't just go back out. Be cool if you could send a guy back out, but Rabalta's probably over. So, I mean, realistically, they go to Palmquist right here. Let's try to hold it where it is. Maybe Schultz, who hasn't pitched since Monday. You want to give Beater a rest. Beater has thrown 2 days in a row now. Or did he pitch on Monday? Beater hypothetically could go, but you probably don't want to see a guy go 2 days in a row. Palmquist worked on Monday. We will see who this national squad decides to go to for the top of the 8th. We'll see who they choose to go to. But they'll have the bottom of the order, then Penango. So they'll have 8, 9, and 1 for the top of the 8th. You're struggling. This bullpen ends up blowing it. They're the ones to blow it here. Not what you want to see there. So here we go to the top of the 8th. Just a chance for this team to figure it out right here. Just anything right here would be really, really helpful as we get going to the top of the 8th. It's a 2-1 game. Get a quick inning here. Get the bats up there. But Rogers is probably going back out for the 8th. They're probably going to let Rogers try to get 4 outs. You're going to have to face Wood, Garcia Jr., and House. Wonder how House is going to do against a sidearmer like that. They're going to save Varland for the 9th. They aren't going to go to Hoffman 3 days in a row. That's the thing. They're probably not going to go to Hoff 3 days in a row. So this is your best chance, really. This is your best chance to try to get it. As it looks like Paxton Schultz is going to come out now. Paxton Schultz in a 1-run game. The Nationals are trailing, so they're going to turn to Schultz instead of wasting an arm like Palmquist. I mean, wasting Palmquist is a stretch because you kind of want to use him in a situation like this, but Paxton Schultz going to take over now. After Rabalta works an inning, he does give up a run on 3 hits. He didn't get a walk or just a strikeout instead. Schultz comes set. First pitch here, shows bunt, and he pops it up, and Garcia lets it go foul to be an 0-1 count. Jimenez tries to bunt it down the first baseline. Paxton Schultz will take over now, a 5.68 ERA. Did better while he was at AAA Rochester. He figured it out a little bit. So he's back up here to play a role as a guy like this, working an inning where you're down, maybe you're trying to come back. Get Paxton Schultz into the game. Age 28, wears number 75 for this team. Immediately has an 0-1 on Jimenez. Schultz. Cutter, 4-seamer, and changeup. Not too much breaking ball, but has some good off speed. And he's a decently hard thrower, too. Schultz comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on and fouled off, and it's an 0-2 count now. Jimenez on the game is 0-2 on the day with a hit by pitch was the last time he was up. So 0-2 here. Andres Jimenez wears number 0 for this team. 7 home runs, 41 runs driven in this year. Schultz comes set. 0-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch from Paxton Schultz to Jimenez. In the dirt, ball 1 with a slider. So be ball 1. Ooh, Harry Ford hit by that one. Oof. We'll see where it hit him. And that one hit him hard. He went to block it and hit a body part that doesn't look like it was fun to hit. Because he did get up and was did not look happy after he got hit. Paxton Schultz started the year at the big leagues, then sent down to AAA. Now he's back up here at the big league level. At AAA this year, he did well with a 2.30 ERA over 14 games. He had 4 holds. No saves in 1 opportunity, though. Schultz sets to be a 1-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch to Jimenez, and he fouls that one off. He's thinking he's throwing to his catcher Ford. So 1-2 again here, so that's fouled off. Third base side. Looks like a Nats fan makes a nice catch. So do 1-2 again here. 1-2 here, no one out in the top of the 8th, trying to get Jimenez out. Paxton Schultz comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive up the middle. Nunez sprawls out. Makes a great diving play. Throw to first. In time for out number 1. What a play by Nasim Nunez. But he is injured now. He's grabbing his belt, it looks like. But hit to the second base side. Nunez sprawls out. Makes the play. Fired it to first in time. Makes up for that error with that web gem right there. Nunez, what a play. What a play, Nasim, for out number 1. Vivas pointed to immediately. Attaboy Nunez right there. So there's 1 out now. That'll bring up Davis Schneider. Righty-righty matchup right here. Coming set is Schultz. Here's the pitch to Schneider, and that's going to be called. Strike 1 with a cutter, top part of the zone. It's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Schneider up to the plate. Schultz. Come set. It'd be 0-1 to Schneider. Here's the pitch from Schultz to Schneider. And Schneider swinging a miss at a cutter, and it's an 0-2 count immediately. Got him to swing through that one. So do 0-2 now. 0-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Good job by Schultz to go upstairs and get him to swing through it. Schultz. Come set. Be a 2-strike offering right here. He waits, takes a deep breath. Here's a pitch to the 9-hitter Schneider. Enter ball 1, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. We're getting really close to 800 subscribers now. But what a play by Nasim Nunez, who had a range over, then fell to the ground after making the play. So hopefully he's okay. Schultz, here's the pitch to Schneider. And that's upstairs, ball 2 with a cutter. So we'll do 2-2 now. 2-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. So we got a deuces situation right here, 2-2, but only 1 out, not 2 outs. So not full deuces, partly deuces right here. Schultz comes set. It'll be another 2-2 to Schneider. Here's the pitch from Schultz. Swinging a fly ball foul. We'll do 2-2 again right here. And Nationals only down by 1. A comeback can happen. They're going to have to face Rogers to do it. A very good arm, but the Nationals are the best offense in the league. You got to understand that. The Nationals have the most runs scored in the league. They have the most home runs. They have the most practically everything in the offensive categories. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that's upstairs, ball 3. That's what happens when you have 3 potential all-stars and 4 guys who are hitting a lot of home runs that first half. Now you don't have Curtis Mead. Brady House is back up at the big league level. And James Wood, who's just been raking lately. James Wood, CJ Abrams, Luis Garcia Jr., all these guys just hitting on another level. Comebacks are not new to them. Schultz sets. We'll do 3-2 right here to Schneider. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, left field. That is down the line and fair. Chasing after, it's going to be Lyle. This is going to be extra bases for Davis Schneider. He will cruise into second base. So Schneider getting that average up a little bit probably. It was in the 130s coming into this game. Maybe that hit will help him out a little bit. Runner at second here with a 1 out. Schneider lines that one to left for an extra base hit. Lyle had to really chase after that one. Schneider got early on it and roped it down the left field line. Now what you want to see when you're the Nationals, letting him get early on a pitch right there and just drive it right there. Good swing by Schneider, though. Just a pull swing to left easily. So now that'll bring up the top of the order, and Penango will come to the plate here. He's 1 for 4 on the day with just a single back in the 3rd inning. Schultz comes set. Here's the pitch, Penango from Schultz, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1. And the Blue Jays are out of challenges right here. The Nationals do have 2 to go. They haven't lost any, and the Blue Jays are at 0. So 0-1 here with 1 out. Schultz looks in for his side. He comes set. We don't want to Penango. Here's the pitch from Schultz to Penango. This one is slapped to left field. Lyle racing into foul ground. Dalen Lyle can't make the sliding catch in foul ground. This time, did it hit his face? Ooh, that ball kind of bounced up in his face, but we'll stay 2 strikes here. Almost an amazing catch by Dalen Lyle once again. Nunez covered a lot of ground to get over there. Lyle slides, and he just missed it. Almost made a great sprawling catch, but there's 2 outs here, or 1 out here. Lyle can't make the catch. It would be 2 if he made the catch. Would have been an amazing catch, too, but he doesn't make it. So we'll do 0-2 here with a 1 out. Schultz is going to step back onto the rubber here. Top of the 8th, 0-2 to Penango in the top of the order. On deck is Nathan Lucas, who's already drawn 2 walks in the game. Schultz comes set. It'll be 0-2 to Penango. Schultz waits. Now the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, foul, and we'll do 0-2 again. Just working a good AB here. Good AB worked by Penango already. Nationals need to either hold them or get some runs in the bottom of the 8th. I mean, they can probably afford a run, but they're facing one of the best pitchers in the league right now with Rogers and then Varland for the 9th. That is a good combo. It is tough to get runs on him. We'll do 0-2 here. Here's the pitch to Penango. In the dirt, ball 1 with a changeup, so it'll be a 1-2 count now. You got to throw a strike, though, if you want to get the out. Or you can get him to chase something out of the zone. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Schultz looks in for a sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Penango. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. Ford wants a challenge right here. Maybe that clipped. I think that's going to be off, though. We'll get another look at this one. Maybe it's close. Maybe it's not. We'll get another look at this. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball. So the Nationals are going to lose a challenge. Can't get it that time. So the call is confirmed. The Nationals are down to 1 challenge. I mean, you got to wonder how they feel about all these challenges. Someone like Blake Butera. So the 2-2 here, how he feels about the team not being good at ABSs at all. Schultz sets the 2-2 to Penango. Swinging a line drive, fouled on the first base line. That was roasted. But we'll do 2-2 again right here. That had to be hit at least 500,000 miles an hour. So 2-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Schultz looks in for his sign. Now time called here. Did Ford call a timeout? I think, he's just wiping off the plate right here. But 2-2 here with 1 out. Just get something right here. You need just any out. Just get an out here. Get that second out. Then you can face Lucas with 2 outs. You don't really want to see Okamoto. You don't want to see Okamoto this inning. But then that means in 9th inning, if you get Penango out right here, a 9th inning of Okamoto, Springer, and Kirk. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball through the hole to left field. Brady House was going to go after it at first. Dalen Lau comes up with it quickly. House started at it first, but then goes to cover the bag instead. So Penango has a base hit here, and there's runners on the corners here with 1 out. This team, man, they got to get an out. Double play here would be nice, but you got to get an out here. Just get any out. Schultz's day, he's at 19 pitches. His day could be over soon. But that's just going to be Simon Matthews to come out and pay a visit. Simon Matthews is going to come out and talk to him about the game. So that'll move Schneider up to third. He's not able to score, not hit too hard at all. But Penango is on first here. So Miles Straw is going to pinch run right here. He's going to pinch run for Penango here in the 8th. So they're trying to get this extra runs. They think these runs are important. Especially when you're playing the best offense in the league, those runs are very important. 1 out here. That'll bring up Nathan Lucas, 283 average, 5 home runs, 18 runs driven in. Right here, what you really, really want, something that I'd really want right here is a double play. That'd be very helpful. Bullpen has some stagglers going on. They got some guys stretching and such, but nothing yet. No action, no one throwing off the mound yet. So it looks like this is Schultz's game. Top of the 8th here, 1 out. Schultz steps onto the rubber right here. He looks in for a sign. He's got it. Or now he's got it, and he comes set. Hands held low, and then he brings him up. Here's the pitch now to Nathan Lucas. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1 with a cutter. So it will be a 1-0 count now. You got to get a strike in the zone. That's the most important thing here. Throw a strike. Schultz comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Lucas. He waits. Now the pitch. And Lucas, inside ball 2, throw to second. He's safe. Oh, my gosh. They're going to say he stole the bag. We might get another look at this. Nice stolen base by Straw. Looks like we're not going to get another look at this. Well, Butera wants a challenge right here. So, good jump by Straw. The throw from Ford was quick. And Nunez laid it. Ooh, he's out. He's out. Looking at that angle. I think he's out of here. Ford popped up quickly with that one. Wow, good throw. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be very close. We're going to need some other angles here. So we're looking at this angle right here, right behind. Ooh, this is close. This is actually really close right here. It looks almost simultaneous that he tags him and then he dives in the bag simultaneously. Tiniestly happens. Ooh, he may be out. I think he's out of there. I think he may be out of here. So Miles Straw dives in a second. Nunez immediately popped up. Showed the glove. I think he's out here. So we're going to get another look at this one. We're probably going to get call stands. In my opinion, we're probably going to get the call standing right here. So we're going to get a look at this. Straw with a good run there. But Nunez looked like he tagged him out. So looking at this side angle right here. Looks like he got him. I think he got him right here. I don't know. They might end up saying call stands. I think we're going to get call stands right here. So his batting gloves kind of hit the bag, and Nunez has already gotten him. So I think he's out. I think he's out of here. Yeah, he's probably going to be out. I think looking at this angle there. So Straw dives in. Nunez lays the tag as he's diving in. He gets the tag. If the bag is here, his hand is about here, and he lays him about there, and then he touches, and it's quick, so it's hard for an umpire to see. We're getting another look at this here. We're getting this challenge right here. This would be a huge out right here. Then there's 2 outs. We're getting in the call right here. Call stands? Wow. So I think they're going to say the call stands. They're going to get a stolen base right here. Man, I thought he was out. Call stands is just a sad one to see because that means the umpires couldn't figure it out. The umpires and crew chief replay review couldn't figure it out. So they're going to give him call stands. Schultz comes sets. Now there's runners at second and third here with 1 out. That was a big out, though. Here's a pitch to Lucas. Swinging a fly ball. Left field. That one is foul and out of play. So do 2-1 here. I mean, that's just annoying. I thought they got him. So they're going to say the call stands. The call was not confirmed. It was not overturned, but it stands. They couldn't come to an actual decision. Both Straw and Nunez were, wow. Nunez and Straw. So Straw thinks he's lucky. Here's the 2-1 to Lucas. That's inside ball 3. It's a 3-1 count now. So they're going to say that it was upheld, so it stands. So they're going to say the call stood. Straw with a nice stolen base, though, right there. You got to give him credit. Good bag stole. Come set is Schultz. It'll be a 3-1 here to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off of Ford's mask. So do 3-2 right here. 3-2 here, the 1 out. Big out right here would be important. Just anything right here. For Miles Straw in the season, that's stolen bag number 6. Across 96 games, too. Surprising they pinch ran him instead of probably someone faster, or that's probably the fastest guy they have on the bench. The 3-2 to Lucas. Swinging a fly ball left field. That's foul again. Good AB works by Lucas. Worked it all the way to 3-2. Schultz is up to 25 pitches now. 5 cutters in the AB, and the 4th pitch of this 6-pitch sequence was a fastball, where everything else has been a cutter. So do 3-2 here, the 1 out. Schultz looks in for his sign. Just an out here would be really nice. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Lucas. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a miss at a high fastball. For out number 2, he goes upstairs, and there's 2 down. Gets the strikeout, so there's 2 away now. Schultz goes to the strikeout fashion. There's out number 2. So that'll bring up Okamoto right here with 2 outs and runners at second and third. A dangerous hitter in Okamoto right here, who has a multi-hit game already. Schultz comes set right here. Comes the first pitch to Okamoto. He delivers, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 1 with a cutter. So it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Kazuma Okamoto, 24 home runs, has the rookie record for a Japanese player. I think he's in front of Shohei Ohtani now, which is really cool. Here comes the 1-0 to Okamoto, swinging a fly ball. This one is backstop. Ford looking for it, but this one is going to go out of play. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Just a long strike there. A long, high strike. That's all you got to call it now. So Okamoto's 2 for 4 on the day. Nice little afternoon day at Nationals Park. Good day for some baseball right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in to District Nation for today's Nationals and Blue Jays game. Series finale here. Blue Jays took game 1. Nationals took game 2. Schultz comes set. Here comes the 1-1 to Okamoto. He delivers, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 2, the cutter. So it will be a 2-1 count now. I mean, a strikeout here would be great, too, or just any out. You don't even need a strikeout anymore because it's 2 outs. You just have to get the out. And we're struggling. This is our 4th bullpen arm of the day, yet the Blue Jays just needed 2. They had a great start from Savage, 6 2/3, and Rogers doing very well and probably will go back out. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be upstairs, ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count. I mean, by this point, you got to ask the question, do you want to see Kazuma Okamoto with runners at second and third and 2 outs, or George Springer and load the bases for him with 2 outs? It's really your choice by that point. Schultz comes set. It'll be a 3-1 to Okamoto. Here's the pitch from Schultz. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Ranging in his Young. Young coming. Sliding catch not made. It's off of Young's glove. That's going to score 2. Wood's going to grab it. 2 runs are going to score. Okamoto with a lucky double. Jacob Young comes in. Tries to make a diving catch. And it goes off his glove. And there's a runner at second here with 2 outs. By the way, thank you, Eric Russell, for subscribing. But fly ball to center. Going out was Vivas, coming in as Young. Jacob Young off of the glove on a diving catch. Young couldn't make the play. So that's going to score 2 runs. I wonder if they'll give him a double or an air. Jacob Young comes in. Diving play not made. Vivas was trying to get out of the way there. What a play. Almost. Young almost made an amazing play. Looks like Schultz is going to talk to Ford real quickly. Oh my gosh. Almost was a web gem. But no, it's going to be a double. So it's now a 4-1 game. Okamoto drives in 2. He drives in Straw from second. And he drives in Schneider from third, proving how important that stolen base was, being able to score from second. That feels like the game, unless the Nats can rake in the 8th. Yeah, you got to get to Rogers. That pitch to Springer is lined to left field. That's a base hit. Lyle up with it. Okamoto around third. The throw is cut off by the pitcher. That's third baseman House, and it's a 5-1 game. The rally begins now. Base hit by Springer. Scores Okamoto. That throw picked off by House. So it's a 5-1 game now. The Nationals really need a rally in the 8th now. Springer lines one to left field for a base hit. So it's a 5-1 game now. Lyle didn't have the strongest throw towards, just kind of House. He picked it off just in case the runner would try for second. You got to get Schultz out of here now. You have to get him out of here. That's 3 runs. Now it's not even a save situation. They're not even going to go to Louis Varland anymore. So Butera is going to come and take Schultz out of this game. We'll see who comes into the game right here. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Williams going to make his first appearance this season right here. So Trevor Williams going to come into the game right here, everybody. There you go. There we go. Trevor Williams to make his season debut out of the bullpen in a 4-run game. After Schultz can't get it, he works 2/3 of an inning. He ends up giving up 4 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. It is 3 for now. He ended up striking out 1 guy. Didn't walk anybody, so good there. Only 4 walks surrendered by the Nationals. 3 of them Littell, and then 1 from Kranick. The bullpen actually hasn't walked too many guys. But Trevor Williams to make his first outing of the year out of the bullpen right here. I mean, every cloud has a silver lining right here. It's down. Chance for Trevor Williams to really settle in right here. Make his first outing of the year. So first outing out of the bullpen for Trevor Williams in a while. A guy who's a starter for the Nationals. Bullpen arm for other teams like the Mets. But now he was a starter for the Nationals. Now he's going to be a bullpen arm right here. So now the Nats are probably going to have a challenge to rally here. It's going to be hard. But Trevor Williams is going to do his best to get some outs. So Trevor Williams will pitch out of the bullpen right here. This is going to be his first game that he doesn't start since 2022 when he had 9 starts over 30 games and a 3.21 ERA. He had a 5.55 ERA in 2023, a 2.03 in 2024, and a 6.21 in 25. So really looking for him to settle in a little bit, get strikes in the zone, and just get outs. That's all we're really looking for Trevor Williams to do right here. And he only has 1 career save. He has 178 starts over 219 games. Kind of a mix, a hybrid bullpen and starter. So Trevor Williams to make his first outing out of the pen and this season in general. So time for Trevor Williams to have a chance right here. So working exclusively out of the set to start it. Thanks for subscribing, 5-star shooters. Thank you so much, 5-star, for subscribing. Last season, 3-10 on the record. A 6.21 over 82 2/3 worked. 65 walks, only 21 strikeouts. Well, that can't be right. He really had 21 strikeouts last year. Or it's the other way around, excuse me. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be Kirk lines this one foul to be an 0-1 count. He actually had 65 strikeouts and 21 walks. It was backwards, excuse me. So Alejandro Kirk going to come up to the plate here, hitting .233 with 3 home runs. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Williams comes set. Here comes the pitch to Kirk, and that's going to be called. Strike 2, the sinker to beat 0-2 count, clips the bottom part of the zone. And it's 0-2 right here. Clips the zone that time and gets it. So to be 0-2 here. Williams looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. And we 0-2 to Kirk. Here's the pitch from Williams. In the dirt, ball 1 away from Ford, but he kept it in front. So to 1-2 right here. Williams out on the mound for the Nationals right here. Just trying to get outs. That's the most important thing. Get outs. Most important task. And the thing you got to do, just get the out right here. Eat the innings. A former starter. Probably had a good amount of time to warm up while Schultz had that little meltdown, giving up 4 hits. So he probably had some time to get loose, so he should be ready to go. To be a 1-2, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Trevor Williams, first batter he faces, he grabs a strikeout, and that will end the inning. Trevor Williams gets the strikeout he needs, and that is out number 3 in the inning. Good job by Trevor Williams to get the out. So now it's time for the Nationals to try to rally. First strikeout by Williams. It ends up being only 3 runs for Schultz. I mean, not too terrible, but 5 runs on the game now. We are through 7.5, everybody. 3 runs in the inning for the Blue Jays. They tear it open. 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Good job by Trevor Williams coming in to get that strikeout. We will head to the bottom of the 8th, everybody. It's now the Blue Jays 5, the Nationals 1, as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Got to wonder, are they going to stick with Rogers right here in a 4-run game, or are they going to go to a new arm right here? Stick with what works. It'll be the top of this order, though. You're going to have Wood, Garcia Jr. and House, who can easily get a rally going. These are not bad hitters right here. 2 of them are contenders to probably be Silver Slugger this year, and another one in House, who is just a blooming star in the making. Real chance for the Nationals to try to put this one away. I mean, if they can put 4 runs on the board, but the Blue Jays just trying to hold this lead. But the Nationals, best offense in the league. I am not worried. Best offense in the league right here. Trevor Williams, good start to his 2026 season, a 0 ERA, and a strikeout. Good job by Trevor Williams right there. So James Wood going to lead it off, a guy who hits well when leading off an inning. Batting first, obviously he does well, but leading off an inning, he does extremely well as well. And he also does well with runners on base, but it's nice to just see him get that leadoff spot. Looks like we're getting Straw in left field now for Panango. It looks like Urias will be at second base. So we got a lot of changes here. So Urias in, Straw is in for Panango, and Urias is now at second base. Interesting change there, changing out the second baseman, probably a defensive-minded one. Luis Urias will come in, and he'll bat ninth, playing second base. For Davis Schneider, he's coming out of the game right here, giving your AAA guy a day off, or they just want to go to a defensive-minded player. So we go. Rogers will be back out there for the eighth. First pitch to Wood. Swinging a line drive. Right field. Down the line. That's fair. Towards the corner. That one is bouncing around. Right fielder will grab it. James Wood will cruise in a second base with a double. James Wood, first pitch off of Rogers, is a double down the line. Getting the rally going. A double for James Wood. First pitch from Rogers. The submariner and Wood immediately hacks on a fastball. He got a pitch he liked and just roped it down the line. Good job by James Wood attacking, swinging early. That's what they're going to have to do if they want to get a rally going. James Wood is the runner to start at second here with no outs. Here's the pitch to Louie, and that's way outside, ball one with a sinker, so it will be a 1-0 count. Thanks for a great broadcast, District Nation. Thank you so much for the C's for tuning in. The pitch to Louie, and he lines this one out to left center field. That's a base hit towards the gap. Wood's going to easily score. Louie's going to try for second, or he'll stay at first right here. Luis Garcia Jr. delivers with a base hit, and it's now the Nationals 2 and the Blue Jays 5. It's only a 3-run game now. Luis Garcia Jr. with a single towards the gap in left center. Wood easily scores.
A-T-S, Nats, woo!
Gotta attack right here. You gotta attack, and that's exactly what Luis Garcia Jr. did right there to make it a 5-2 game. Swinging early, got the pitch he liked, and he raked right there, ripping it out to left center. So now, runner at first, you were no one out. Let's get a rally going right here. You're probably not going to get one against Varland, but a chance to get it now against Rogers, a very good hitter. So Garcia with a single will bring up Brady House. It looks like Jose Tena is going to pinch hit the pitch, and Tena takes the slider in there, called strike one. But you got to keep the same philosophy here. Swing early. When you get a pitch you like, just hack. And that was not the pitch, though. A little low and inside with a lot of movement. Jose Tena going to pinch hit right here. Here's the 0-1. And Tena takes a sinker low ball one, so it'll be a 1-1 count. James Wood scoring his 98th run of the year. Good job by Luis Garcia Jr. to drive him in. Rogers comes set now on a 1-1. Now it's the 74th RBI for Garcia. Here's the 1-1 to Tena, and that's going to be in there, called strike two. You got to keep the philosophy. You got to keep this going. You got to keep the rally going. Swing early. So 1-2 here. Go Nat, says Big Bud. What's up, Big Bud? Thank you so much for tuning in. 1-2 here. Rogers turns over. He comes set now to face Tena. Here's the pitch to Tena. Low ball to the sinker, so it'll be a 2-2 count. You got to swing early. That's got to be the philosophy you keep. Swing early, be aggressive. Career pinch hitting. Tena is .323 average with a double and a couple home runs. 4 RBIs. It'll be a 2-2 here to Tena. Here's the pitch. Tena swings and fouls this one off. I mean, getting to Rogers would be nice right here. Put runs on the board. And Garcia is decently fast. I mean, 4 stolen bases on the year. He can hustle, though. A gapper right here makes it a 5-3 game probably. Rogers looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Tena. Here's the pitch to Jose Tena. He delivers. Inside, ball 3, almost got him. You got to wear that for the team. He probably tried to. It was inside, and he turned. He turned immediately, trying to let it hit him, but he didn't. That would have been great. Then that brings up the tying run to the plate. Tying run to the batter's box. It'll be 3-2 here. Tying run's on deck for now. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Jose Tena takes a walk, and the tying run is going to come to the plate. What an at-bat by Jose Tena. Works it to 3-2. Now Chad Dallas is up in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Chad Dallas will warm up. That'll bring up CJ Abrams. Wow. Schneider's going to come out of the bullpen right here. Rogers' day is over. So they're going to go to Chad Dallas right here. Rogers does not have a good outing now. After he gets that out there, they're going to go to Chad Dallas. Let's go. Chad Dallas. 1.93 ERA over 2 games in the big leagues in his career. This is his 3rd career game. They're going to bring in a righty to face CJ Abrams. Interesting move. JJ Redirect. What's up, sports? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sports Roustabout in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, JJ, for that redirect. Chad Dallas. Why doesn't that sound like a fake name? Chad Dallas. Yeah, that sounds like that definitely is a dude who lives in Kentucky. Or does not. Doesn't. Oh, does, not doesn't. Why does that sound like a fake name? Yeah. He only has 2 games in the big league. Maybe. I bet he's named Chad Dallas, and he's from, like, upstate New York. He's not anything cool. You'd think he's Chad Dallas from Texas. Nope. He lives in upstate New York. Chad Dallas. He is from Orange, Texas. Okay. Round 4 pick back in 2021 from Tennessee. made his debut just this year back in June 4th. He's going to come on to try to face the Nationals right here. Thank you so much, JJ, for that redirect, by the way. Thank you so much, JJ. Everyone be sure to check out Play-by-Play with JJ. Let's go. We're up to 770 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. We got plenty of people in chat. Since that little redirect from JJ, be sure to say what's up in the chat. We got the tying run up to the plate right here as Chad Dallas will face CJ Abrams. Rogers ends up working a third of an inning. Plus, he works a third of an inning plus. He gives up 2 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. He did walk a guy, too. No strikeouts. We got to him this time. The Nationals managed to get to him this time. Good work there. So, let's go 6 straight walks. Yeah, that'd be great. 6 straight walks would be great. The way we did it last night, too. The exact same way. 6 straight walks. Runners at first and second here. And CJ Abrams to come to the plate. He will face Chad Dallas. My interest is peaked when they brought in a righty. And Abrams lines this one. Caught by the shortstop on the ground. So that'll be out number 1. So Abrams grounded a ball to the shortstop. Jimenez makes a great play. Diving to his right. He's able to go to third with it. So that's a fielder's choice. They're going to go the force out. They're going to go 6-5. You rarely see that one. 6-5. 6-5 here. That'll bring up Harry Ford with runners at first and second. So they get out Garcia headed for third. Kind of a high chopper. Jimenez catches the one hop. Fires over to third baseman who can just tag the bag for out number 1. So that'll bring up Harry Ford now. The pitch is outside. Ball 1 with a knuckle curve. It'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. So ESPN is a little behind. It'll be a 1-0 to Ford. Here's the pitch to Harry Ford. Ford takes a knuckle curve low ball too. Something Ford is so adept at doing is drawing walks. You'll see that from him. He draws walks like nobody else in the league. So Chad Dallas going to take over. Oh, wow. Is that Louis Varland? They put in Louis Varland? That's Chad Dallas. That's not Louis Varland. The pitch to Ford, swing and a miss. They put in Louis Varland. That's not Chad Dallas. They put in Varland. Louis Varland's in the game here in the 8th inning. They had messed it up. The layout, it said Dallas. This is Louis Varland. Wow. The mindset completely changes now. The 2-1 to Ford. Ford swings and fouls this one back. It'll be a 2-2 count. So Varland takes over. Louis Varland takes over here to face Harry Ford. Interesting move. They go to the closer a little early. So it'll be 2-2 here. Varland, a really good pitcher. A guy who's almost sub-1 with the ERA. Here's the 2-2 to Ford. Low ball 3 with a knuckle curve. It'll be a 3-2 count. Varland coming in the 8th. That is a very interesting move. It'll be 3-2 here. Lyle up to the plate. Or excuse me, that's Harry Ford up to the plate. Lyle's on deck. Coming set is going to be Varland now facing Ford. The 3-2 is outside, ball 4. And Harry Ford does what he does best, and that is drawing a walk. The bases are loaded for Dalen Lyle. Let's go Lyle right here. Well, Louis Varland, they go to their closer right here. Moves Abrams to second. Will move Tenna to third. And Dalen Lyle coming to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day with a 246 average. 11 home runs, 52 runs driven in. Varland sets. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls this one off on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. You're not getting walks anymore. Varland, man, that's rare for him to walk a hitter. Louis Varland, a 1.02 ERA. Varland looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here's the 0-1 to Lyle, and that is called strike 2. Wow. They're going to say that's a strike. The last time he gave up a run was against the Padres. That was the last time he gave up a run. Was against the Padres, and that was on July 10th. He has not given up a run since then. He gave up one of his first hits in a while against us on Friday. We know 2 to Lyle. Here's the pitch. Lyle swinging a miss on a changeup outside, and that's out number 2. This guy, I mean, you know what? Trade someone. Get this dude on our team. Give him Gus Varland. Give him Give him Yohani Morales. If we have Brady House, give him Yo-Yo and get this guy. Get Louis Varland in the Nationals jersey. This guy is so good. Oh, my gosh. How do you hit that? So Jacob Young to come to the plate here with 2 outs. Varland looks in for a sign. Looks like catcher Kirk tells him to step off, so Varland does step off. 2 outs here and Jacob Young up to the plate. Career with bases loaded in 22 ABs. He's hitting .455. Here's the pitch to Young. Swing and a miss, and a 99-mile-an-hour fastball low and away, and it's an 0-1 count. How do you hit that? How do you honestly hit that? Honestly, how do you hit a pitch like that? Varland. Come set. Here comes the 0-1 to JY. Young swinging, pops this one up. Center. Center fielder Varsho's under it, and Varsho makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. They strand the bases loaded, and that will end the inning. 1 run in the inning, though. The Nationals get 1 back. It's now a 5-3 game, or 5-2 game. So they got 1 run back. They get 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 3 runners left on base. It's a 5-2 game as we head to the 9th. So we'll see Williams probably head back out there. But they didn't go to Chad Dallas. They went to Louis Varland, the best reliever in baseball. There's a big difference from a guy who's pitched 2 big league games to Louis Varland. Let's go. We're up to 771 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Prince Cam is here. Or Prince Sem is here. He says, let's go Jays. All right. So we go top 9. I mean, just important that the Nationals just get these runs. Get these outs. Get Varsho, Clement, and Mendes out. Then you can go get runs. Really important that you get some runs later. Vivas, Nunez, and Wood will hit in the bottom of the 9th. So Williams is probably going to go back out there. Get some distance out of Trevor Williams. Get an inning or 2 out of him. If they go to extras, if somehow we get 3 runs, which I think we can, the best thing to hit, it's your best against their best. That's how it works. I mean, they had that on Friday, and James Wood drew a walk. So I think the best thing to do against Louis Varland is be patient. And if it comes down to runner at first, 1 out, they're probably going to walk him. But you got Luis Garcia Jr. coming up, who already struck out against him, who last Friday, faced Louis Varland and struck out. He is going to want blood. So Louis Varland is going to have some trouble if he has to face Luis Garcia Jr. He's going to have some trouble. As we go top 9, Varsho, Clement, Jimenez for the 9th inning. Thanks for subscribing, Prince M734. Thank you so much. We're now up to 771. So here we go. Dalton Varsho will lead it off against Trevor Williams, who will be able to work out of the wind now. Now there's no runners on. He's starting a fresh inning. Is he even going to do it, though? So now Jose Tena going to take over at third base. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be lined down the right field line, but foul, and it's an 0-1 count. So Tena can just take over at third. Trevor Williams, quick inning right here would be really nice. So immediately 0-1 here to Varsho. Looks like Tena's at second, and Vivas has been moved to third. So Vivas is now third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul to 0-2. So Vivas takes over at third, and Tena now plays over at second. Honestly, why didn't we go Tena at short, Nunez over to second, and then Vivas at third? I just don't want Vivas at short. It'll be 0-2 here. Williams sets. He works out of the set. He's not going to work out of the wind. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back is Wood. And Wood makes the catch. A couple steps in front of the track for out number 1. Williams gets an out. Let's go. There you go, Trevor Williams. Get an out. Let's go, Trevor Williams.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And that will bring up Ernie Clement with 1 gone. 295 average. Righty-righty matchup. Williams goes to the plate and swung on, fouled off to be an 0-1 count on a breaking ball. So do 0-1 here. 0-1 with 1 out in the top of the 9th in a 5-2 game. Nationals need to find a way to get on the board next half inning, get a quick inning right here. Coming set is going to be Williams. It'll be an 0-1 to Clement. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is chopped to the third base, and Vivas. He picks it up. Fires to first in time for out number 2. Keep Williams in the bullpen. If he's going to do that, he's got 3 straight outs. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Keep him in the bullpen if that's what he's going to do. Just get outs. That is really great. So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Andres Jimenez with 2 away. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Williams comes set. Here is the first pitch to Andres Jimenez. He's going to show bunt. Gets it down the third base line, but it's foul. So 0-1, it goes foul after going a couple ways down fair. We'll do 0-1 now with 2 outs. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got plenty of people in the chat right now. Let's go. Williams looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-1 Jimenez. That's going to be swung on and missed on a sweeper outside. Trevor Williams working well out of the pen. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Working hard now. Williams, where's number 32 for the Nationals squad? Williams looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be 0-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Low ball one with a sweeper, so it will be a 1-2 count. I mean, keeping it in the bullpen isn't even the worst idea. Just let him work out of the pen. So 1-2 here with 2 outs. Williams working hard out there on the mound now. You can only assume that Louis Varland's going to come back out for the bottom of the 9th with the way he's been pitching of late. The 1-2, swinging a foul back with 1-2 again. His ERA is now down to exactly 1 after working that inning. Let's go. We're up to 772 subscribers. Thank you so much for that new subscriber. 1-2 here, 2 outs once again. Williams he no longer grows out his hair. He goes straight flat hair, but he still has a beard. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball. He kind of got sorted on a fastball upstairs, but gets a piece of it. So do 1-2 again right here. Anything right here, just anything would be great. It's like the Bull, Brad Lord's also with the team right now, so he hasn't started rehabbing just yet. Williams sets. Another 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the first baseman, Louis. He's going to take it himself to the bag in time for out number 3. And Trevor Williams works a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 9th. We will head to the bottom of the 9th. Blue Jays 5, Nationals 2 to be Vivas, Nunez, and James Wood for the bottom of the 9th. See if the Nationals can get a run. Realistically, who else can they go to? If this doesn't work out for Varland, are they going to let him work out of the trouble? I actually wonder, are they going to let him try to work out of the trouble, or if he gives up a run, if he somehow gives up a run? I think they can, though. I think if any people can do it, it's this Washington Nationals offense right here as we get going. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to today's broadcast. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel. You know, this time, Zach Littell gave us a decent outing, though. 4 2/3 scoreless. It was really Paxton Schultz who made it a 5-2 game. Paxton Schultz gives up 3 runs. You got to find some surefire arms. If it's trade deadline, finding arms, that'd be really, really nice. Find deadline arms. We're going to go out and get outs as we go to the bottom of the 9th, everybody. Let's get going, everybody. Time for a rally. So should we go rally cap then? Are we going rally cap? So looks like I'll probably go regular cap then. Let's go. We just gained 774 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We're going to probably stick regular. We put it on for a little while, though. What I will do is get a hat and do that for a second. Dan just subscribed. Thank you so much, Dan, for subscribing. So we go bottom 9. Louis Varland going to head back out there. He will face Jorbit Avivas to get the bottom of the 9th going. Louis Varland continuing his work after he works a full 8th inning. He's going to try to get a 6-out save now. It's really tough to do, but Trevor Williams worked well in the 9th. I mean, he did what he needed to do. Worked a clean 9th, 1-2-3 inning. And he has a strikeout in his outing. Varland will face Jorbit Avivas. Varland now works out of the wind. Here's the pitch to Vivas. First pitch is upstairs. Ball wanted 100 miles an hour. And it is a 1-0 count. 1-0 here with no one out in the bottom of the 9th. Varland will go into the wind. Here's the 1-0 to Vivas. Vivas swings and bloops this one out to left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Jorbit Vivas delivers with a base hit off of Louis Varland. Jorbit Vivas just gets out there and taps it into left field for a base knock. Thank you so much to those 2 new subscribers. Up to 774. Thank you so much for subscribing. But now Nasim Nunez will hit here in the bottom of the 9th with a runner at first and no one out. Getting runs here would be insane off of Louis Varland. That would prove that we're the best offense in the league. We are, but that would satisfy it, that we were able to get runs on him. I'm going to have to grab a hat here to make a rally cap so I don't have to wear one. But no one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Maybe I'll just angle it a little bit. Do that. Just angle it up. Bottom of the ninth here and no one out. Varland comes set. He'll face Nasim Nunez now. Here's the pitch. Nunez swings and fouls this one off on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So do 0-1 now. 0-1 here, no one out in the bottom of the ninth. Vivas stands over at first. Wood's on deck now, though. Varland comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Nunez. Nunez sword swing on a changeup. It's an 0-2 count. Now he's probably going to get the knuckle curve right here. You know, the hardest thing, as a former player, the hardest thing is to really rationalize when you're hitting. You got to be able to think. It's hard to do, but you got to think, hey, I'm in an 0-2 hole right here. He's probably going to go knuckle curve instead of thinking, no. When you step out, think knuckle. Here's the 0-2 to Nunez, and he swings and fouls this one off. He sat back. Good job just fouling off a changeup. He's got to get a pitch he likes, but now he's on a 2-strike hole right here. But now with no one out in the bottom of the ninth, if Nunez gets out, they're probably going to walk Wood. Bottom of the ninth here. No one out. Garcia probably definitely wants another shot at him after that Friday or the Monday night game. The 0-2 to Vivas or Nunez, and he grounds it up the middle. Shortstop has it. He goes to the bag, fires to first in time for out number 2. Double play. Jimenez playing up the middle, and that's a double play. So there's 2 outs now, from 0 outs to 2 outs, just like that. Nunez grounds into a double play. So James Wood will be the Nationals' last hope to try to win 4 series in a row or lose this one to the Blue Jays. So bottom of the ninth and 2 away. And James Wood to come to the plate. Varland comes set. Here's the first pitch to Wood. Swing and a miss. A changeup low in the zone. It's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Varland looking for a 6-out save. Into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Wood. Wood swings and grounds this one down the first base line. First baseman has it. Fires it to Louis Varland in time for out number 3. And the Nationals just lost a series to the Blue Jays. Of all the teams to do it, you lose to the Blue Jays, a team that was dead last in their division. The Nationals fall to 55-54. Blue Jays finally get into the 50-win column at 50-59. They're 9 games under 5. The Nationals are 1 game over 5. That won the game, everybody. Final score, Toronto 5, Nationals 2. Credit the loss to Paxton Schultz. So that will end the game, everybody. Nationals cannot get the win. Rabolta actually takes the loss, and then Trey Savage gets the win. Varland with his second save, his 23rd save, probably his second 6-out save. Oh, dears. Yep. Man, double play, and then James Wood grounds out. Tough stretch ahead for the Nats. Yeah, exactly. You got Philadelphia after playing Atlanta for 4. You got a 4-game series with Atlanta, and then you head to Atlanta. Then you head to Philadelphia, which is really tough in its own. Just really hard that you have to head to Philly. Atlanta to Philly, and a 4-game series with both of them. That's an 8-game stretch. Finally, that's 11 games. So that's an 11-game stretch coming up. So you got a 4-gamer, then another 4-gamer, then a 3-gamer, and then you finally get a rest day. So that is going to end this game, everybody. Once again, final score, Blue Jays 5, Nationals 2. Not a good game by the Washington Nationals. They get 2 runs. Show some fight at the end with a Nasim Nunez grounds into a double play, but Vivas blooped that single. Would hit that grounder hard. There's a little fight shown. Rabolta gets credit for the loss after giving up 1 run. Schultz is really the reason. He gives up 3 runs in his second outing after being recalled to the big leagues. I mean, you got to wonder what the decision was there instead of going to a guy like Palmquist. But Palmquist isn't much better. It's just the bullpen. It's really just the bullpen. We scored 2 runs. If it's only the starter, if Littell goes more, if he goes 5, and then Kranick ends up giving up 1, Rabolta gives up 1, Schultz gives up 3, the Blue Jays offense was able to get to this Nationals team, and they just couldn't win this one. So that's going to end it, everybody. So as you should know by now, I am going on vacation. So I'm going on vacation. I have work this upcoming weekend. Then I'm going to vacation. So I am headed off, everybody, to vacation. So I won't be calling games for a little while. For just a little while, we won't be calling games. Sorry there, everybody, but I'm not going to be calling games for a little bit. We're going to be I'm going to be hanging out at the beach, which I'm excited for. So I'm excited to head to the beach, everybody. But I will be messaging you during the trade deadline. I will be covering stuff. Yep, our bullpen is bad. Chances of us winning, scoring too low. Exactly, Mr. C. Exactly. Especially when it's the Nationals. Well, says Mr. C. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I am going on vacation, so I am going to have to be heading out for a little while. I'm gonna end up, we'll miss you, Dan. Thank you, Mr. C. I'm probably not going to do any games from vacation, but I might do a trade deadline special or something during the trade deadline where we watch it. I may do something like that. I probably will call games when I get back, but there I'll make videos, still film series previews, but I probably won't. I'll probably do a trade deadline stream. That's it. I will post a schedule on both Instagram and YouTube, and channel members will get exclusive updates as well as usual. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you, Mr. C, for tuning in as well. The C's were here. We had a bunch of Blue Jays fans here as well. Curly W Express tuned in. Dan was here. USN tuned in. We had Sports Roustabout here at one point. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to get you guys set up for a redirect now. We're going to head over to someone else right here. Thank you so much to everyone who took time out of their work day or their school day or their summer day to hang out on District Nation today and just watch a game. So thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to this broadcast today during an afternoon game. So looks like there's not really other streamers going. Looks like I don't really have anyone I can redirect to here. Looks like there's really no one going. So I guess that's going to end it for us. No really place to redirect to. So that's going to end the broadcast, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be posting updates during vacation if we do a trade deadline special of some sort. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon. I'll post updates from vacation, maybe do some trade deadline content, because this trade deadline is big for the Nationals. Final score, Blue Jays 5, Nationals 2. I will see you soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in to today's broadcast. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.